Here is your host, Johnny Radio. Johnny Radio.
Yo. Welcome into a little Sports 56 happy hour. I am your buddy, Johnny Radio. Jay Morgan Harder is in the house, and holy cow, it is a hump day. It's a wet day as well, and we got a lot of sports to talk about. I hope you had a decent day yesterday. Tough day for everybody, of course, but we're going to keep it light. We're going to talk a lot of sports, a lot of fun. I got a crazy bunch of Hardwood stories for you. I'm sure you're shocked. By the way, I got stuff about Kanye West, some Aerosmith, Mark Jackson's in hot water. Do you know Dan Bilzerian?
I do.
Dude, he's kind of a jerk. Did you know that?
So I'm shocked. No way. You kidding me, John? You're saying the guy that tries to live his life like the steroided up Hugh Hefner is a jerk? No, I don't believe you. Prove it.
No, he's so mean, dude. He was sitting next to a fighter at a UFC event's family, like the mom and the sister, a bunch of sweet ladies. And during the fight, he's sitting there watching porn. What is wrong with this guy?
I'm shocked. I'm shocked. Color me surprised.
Color me surprised. We got a bunch of wonderful things to talk about again today. We'll talk some stuff about the little Bryant Gumbel action last night on HBO. Did you watch it, Jay?
I did not.
You did not?
I did not watch it.
Why not?
I'm not a journalist.
No. Did you watch some sports, though?
I did.
I can see you watching Bob Ross and painting in your
I do not like Bob Ross? Whoa, hang on, time out.
No.
Who doesn't like Bob Ross,
No,
man?
I can just see
That's so blasphemy against the greatest painter ever.
Look, if you want to have a Bob Ross day,
We're going to have a little bush. This will just be our little secret.
you can put him on the TV, invite some people over and get some canvas, let the ladies paint, drink a bunch of wine. They drink wine and you drink a bunch of beer.
So you just combined
Bob
Bob Ross and Dan Bilzerian, I think. Having naked women painting.
No, I didn't say naked.
Oh, not naked. Oh, okay.
I did not say that. I will talk about Javion Kinlaw out for the 49ers with banana sandwiches on a reporter yesterday. It was interesting. Caitlyn Jenner, I got two stories about her. I feel so bad for her. You know that she wasn't invited to Courtney's Italian wedding? Are you upset about that?
Yes.
I mean, how can you not invite her? That is just, I think that's kind of mean.
Wow, you're really hitting on all the top stories today, John.
Yeah. Last night, it doesn't matter. We knew that what was going to happen because remember, if the sun did not come up.
Which is pretty gloomy outside today.
It is pretty gloomy outside today. I knew it was going to happen, but I will tell you, who almost screwed your guarantee up? The
Steph
Warriors
Curry.
bench.
Oh, the bench.
Well, Steph
Jonathan
Curry.
Kuminga.
Kuminga, by the way, 19-year-old young man. He looks like he's going to be a baller.
Wasn't he in the dunk contest, too?
Man, you act like I remember the dunk contest.
Yes, he was in the
Last
dunk contest. Wasn't he in the
dunk contest, I remember it was like Spud Webb, Michael Jordan. No, I remember some other ones. Vince Carter's was pretty good, but not a big dunk contest guy. Not huge on it. But tonight we do have a big game with the Celtics and the Heat. Which Celtics team's going to show up? Which Heat team's going to show up? Which Bam is going to show up? The Bam that was good for one game or the Bam that's been really bad the other three?
I think it's going to be the Bam that's good. Maybe not the Bam that's good, but I think the Heat win. I just think that...
Is it just because you think?
Yeah, because I think. Yeah, that's right.
That's right.
No. It's because I just think it shows how good a coaching that this series this had. Especially most surprisingly from Ime Udoka, because I think we all knew Spo is one of the best coaches in the world. But the fact that they can make adjustments game to game that make the other team look totally inept, coming off a game where they won by 20, I think it speaks to how good the coaching has been. And Spo said yesterday in a press conference even that we are totally capable of making an adjustment that makes them look foolish. And I think we'll see that tonight too, and I think you see the Heat with a dominant win.
Heat with a dominant win.
And also, let's talk about two things with this game. I'm spoiling my questions for the leadoff, which I don't always have great sports questions for the leadoff. But I got some today, John. And the Heat are 2-point underdogs tonight at home. And the over-under is 202. I think only one game in this series that under would have hit. It was the last one. And even the game that the Heat got blown out at home, they still scored like 104, 106 points. Even if the Celtics dominate this win, they're not holding the Heat to under 100 again. The Heat have been the best offense in the playoffs statistically. I just don't, and I definitely don't see a dominant win from the Heat making the Celtics score like 80 or 90 points. I just think 202 is too low. That over is going to hit too.
I already actually. That's funny that you said that because I actually took the over already, and I got a 203.5. So it's gone down since I took the. Over.
Then that's probably going up. I saw that early this morning.
Okay, so it went up from when you woke up.
Yeah, when did you take it? Just a minute ago. We're getting too in the weeds.
Actually, no, I did not take it just a minute ago. I parlayed it with the guarantee of the year.
Oh, so you took it yesterday?
The Mavs.
Oh, then
I parlayed them together.
Oh, then you're
Just
right.
two basketball
It has
games.
gone. It has gone down then.
Dang, man. Well, at least I got half of it.
I still think you're safe. Obviously, Vegas knows something. Those are weird numbers. I'm not a numbers guy when it comes to basketball. I'm an eye test guy, John.
Wait a second. You're always looking at numbers over there on the other side.
Well, I think they're useful tools, John, but I'm not going to sit here and spout off numbers as though it's a replacement for knowing what I'm watching, you know? Eye test.
Eye test.
Do it in a big game.
Miami Heat right now are a dog at home. They're getting 1.5. The total right now back up to 2 and 3.5. I just checked it. And it's going to be a nice game. 7:30 tonight. I'm looking forward to it. We got baseball to break down. We got just a bunch of wild stuff to talk about, especially in the NFL. And Hardwood today is going to be so fun. Do you know anything about jiu-jitsu?
Yes.
Is that a joke?
Yeah, I don't know anything
I mean,
about
I could see
jiu-jitsu.
you being that kid that, like, took some kind of little boxing or whatever.
No, John, I don't know anything about jiu-jitsu.
Karate.
Yeah, John, I know all about jiu-jitsu, actually. It's one of my favorite pastimes, I think. I used to do it with Bruce Lee.
You used to fight with Bruce Lee?
Oh, yeah, back in the day, he and I would go at it all the time. I learned a lot from Bruce Lee. He learned a lot from me, too, incidentally. Jackie Chan is a good friend of mine. We used to do jiu-jitsu all the time. MMA, they do a lot of jiu-jitsu. So I used to do jiu-jitsu with all the big jiu-jitsu guys in MMA. Kamaru Usman.
So in jiu-jitsu, by the way, do they actually do have you ever heard the joke about a dude was like, "Come on, I want to fight," and he drops down on his back and wants you to lay on him? Is that?
Oh yeah, that's so true. It brings to mind all my jiu-jitsu memories right there, is being on your back.
Mind. The point is, I got Andrew Wiltz who's going to come on. He's the 6th ranked middleweight jiu-jitsu fighter in the world, 5-time world champion, won the Pan American champion 7 times. So, national
should have
American
warned me
champion.
before I went on a rant against jiu-jitsu, making light of it, that we were having a guest on today that is all about jiu-jitsu.
I love just watching you put your,
Foot in
your
my mouth, yeah.
Yeah, it was great.
Thanks, John. Good teammate.
I can't stop laughing because that was just absolutely hilarious. You're like,
Well, you asked me 4 times if I knew anything about jiu-jitsu. The first 3 I said no, and finally I was like, let's do a little good improv here. Yeah, John, I know all about jiu-jitsu.
I know how
Every
easy,
weekend.
I know how easy you are. But oh my goodness, that was beautiful. Well, how'd your baseball come out yesterday? Your
Pretty
fantasy?
good, John, actually. We went pretty big on the D-backs.
They came back and won for you.
They came back and won. Dalton
Congratulations.
Varsho hit a leadoff bomb. Look, John, I was awoken to a bunch of catchers yesterday that I absolutely love. The first of all is this guy for the Blue Jays playing the Cardinals. Danny Jansen hit 2 bombs. Do you know Danny Jansen's stat line this year, John?
Give it to me.
He's hitting 310
Whoa.
with a 1.237 OPS. He hit 2 bombs yesterday. And then you got this guy, MJ Melendez, for the Royals. He's a left-handed hitter. And Dalton Varsho. 3 good catchers. Catching is in a great place in baseball,
He's
I decided
filling
yesterday.
in, though, for Kansas City, Salvador
For
Perez.
Salvador
Yeah.
Perez. But Melendez is good. In the modern day of DHing, John, you can play both those guys every day. Well, how many hitters these guys have? What? They can't play 2 catchers? Especially, John, who's getting a little bit older?
Who?
Salvador Perez.
Oh, Salvy's fine.
He's getting a little up there in age, John. Maybe want to give him a few more days off. Let this kid MJ Melendez hit a little bit. He had a bomb yesterday.
Aren't you a big Tennessee fan?
I'm the captain of Old Navy.
Oh, no, I'm talking about the Titans.
Oh, I love the Titans.
You love the Titans?
Yeah, I thought we were talking about baseball though.
Ryan Tannehill. No, I'm switching gears, brother.
Oh, you're good at switching.
Yeah.
Use gear 3.
I'm just getting into the leadoff because I know you got some stupid stuff to talk to me. Hardenwood at 11:30, a jiu-jitsu fighter at noon. And guess what? We got Anthony Sane today.
You also haven't introduced Connor in here with me.
Oh,
either.
intern Connor. I was waiting for you to give me his name so I didn't get it wrong.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I was going to say
Didn't you
Colin.
already talk to him earlier? You got his name wrong already?
No, I didn't we didn't actually talk. I said, you got a pen? and then I took his pen,
Wow.
and I did some stuff, and then I came on the radio. But hey, what's up, Connor?
How about that?
I'm going to talk to him during the show.
Yeah.
I was kind of busy when I got here.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You needed a pen?
And I needed a pen. Is that a shocker?
No. John, what about Ryan Tannehill? You mentioned Ryan Tannehill.
Yeah,
before.
Ryan Tannehill, by the way.
Really got you off track.
Yesterday, did you see the little press conference with Mr. Tannehill?
I did not.
He feels like, remember when he said that it's not his job to mentor Malik Willis?
Out of context, but he did say that, yes.
He did come out and say, I meant no disrespect to Malik or anything like that. We've been in constant communication since he was drafted. I'm disappointed in how things got spun and twisted a little bit. I pride myself on being a great teammate my whole career, going back to when I was a kid playing youth sports. That was pretty nice. He also said that, he reached out right after. As soon as it blew up, he said, I reached out to him and said, hey, I'm going to be a great teammate to you. I'm going to support you. They're making this out to be something that it's not. I'm not what it's not what it's been made out to be at all. He's been good. He was great with me, blah, 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 blah. And then he talks about how wonderful of a young man that Malik is and few people, blah, 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 blah. So, is there a...
You hit all the key points in that story, I think.
Well, now it just goes on to talking about how great of a young kid is, and now that I've got to know him and blah, 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 blah. And there's been hundreds of mentors throughout my career. There are countless of them. He just kind of he put it on a little thick, you know what I'm saying? So do you think he's down with being a mentor to Malik? Will he be a good teammate, or is this just because he doesn't like to look like a bad guy, especially after throwing 3 interceptions and making your Titans lose in the first round of the playoffs?
John, it sounds like you're writing your own questions for the box right now. I'm going to steal that one in about however many minutes until we get in the box.
What question are you stealing?
The question you just asked me, I'm going to steal it and give it back to you, is do you think Ryan Tannehill laid it on a little too thick with his praise of Malik Willis and saying that his comments were misconstrued? Don't answer now, though, John. I'm going to ask you in the leadoff.
One other question I want to ask the listeners, the AutoZone text and listener line, 901-360-8255. Get in the zone, AutoZone. I hate to be honest with you. Now, this is going to make me sound like...
You hate to be honest with the listeners?
No, I always am honest.
Yeah,
okay? I hate to be honest with what I'm about to say. With the words that are about to come out my mouth, I hate saying them, okay? Because it makes me sound like a jerk. But it's okay. I'm sure they know that by now. No, I'm a really nice guy, right?
Yeah, well, let's hear what you have to say first.
No, okay, look, I got Tom Brady. I can't take it anymore.
Be careful, John. I care about you. Don't go blaspheming against Tom Brady. He'll just win another championship.
Dude, he's put out a video about him and draining these incredible golf shots and
it was a promotional video for the golf tournament.
I know. And then did you see what he put out this morning?
No.
Him taking left-handed cuts at this perfectly Gronk's in the outfield catching fly balls. Alex Guerrero's over there throwing him meatballs down the middle, and there's nothing Tom Brady can't do.
Do you think Gronk just sleeps in a dog bed in Tom Brady's house and he's like, hey, Rob, you want to go throw the ball? And he just gets out there in the outfield. He's got his glove and he starts hitting. Hey, Rob, you want to go throw the ball? You want to go for a run? You want to go toss?
That actually makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, Rob was just waiting for him to call
him. Though. Come on, Gronk. Come on.
Yeah, you call
Come
me
on,
Gronk. Gronk, you want to go throw the ball?
I will say, though, he did have a nice-looking left-handed swing. He swings left-handed.
Wow,
Throws
southpaw.
Football right-handed. Oh, are you okay?
I just spit everywhere.
Oh, you're so gross, man.
I agree. You looked at me like I was okay.
By the way, do you want to know something that feels really good? Today I was looking in the Bro Bible. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Is that where you got all those Hardwood stories for today?
I got 3 of them from the Bro Bible, a couple from the New York Post, a few from TMZ. I checked out that old People magazine again, but didn't find anything.
All the top stories of the day?
Yeah. So, no, those are just for Hardwood. Of course, then I scour the world with all kinds of other things. Now, do you remember when we talked about Jason Stewart? Jason Stewart, the former quarterback at Memphis, backed up some good quarterbacks.
Oh, that's right. The guy we
goes
talked
on
about
to play
yesterday.
fan-controlled football, was tearing it up, was MVP in a bunch of games. Well, he's probably going to join the show and do some Hardwood with me. Gabe's working on that. We're trying to work out our times. Not today, tomorrow. Hopefully, if not very soon.
What percent chance do you give it, John?
I'll go 80.
Wow, 80.
Yes.
Pretty high, John.
But he's the guy, if you don't remember, I said had the greatest celebration in the history of the world, right? If you don't remember, my man Jay Stu stuck a big old junt in his pants, throws a touchdown, and then all of a sudden walks over the sideline, lights it up, takes a couple puffs during the game, man, and then hands it to a fan in the stands. Greatest celebration in the history of sports.
So you're going to interview him, or you want him to come talk about, like, the Kardashian stories with you?
Yeah, we're going to do me and him together are just going to talk about
Wow.
all the BS. Everybody knows who he is now. This thing's gone viral. Again, he was the top story on Bro
What's
Bible
his name?
this morning. Jason Stewart.
Oh, I thought it was Jimmy Stewart. You know Jimmy Stewart? Jimmy
think-
Stewart.
Isn't he the guy who sings and dances in the rain?
Is Jimmy Stewart in Singing in the Rain?
I don't know, man. Maybe.
I don't think he is.
I don't
He's
know.
in a bunch of old movies, though.
But
you know,
at least
Mr.
that's
Smith Goes to Washington, I believe.
Dang, dude.
He's also in-
Don't go film geek on me real quick.
You know, Mr. Smith Goes to Washington.
Please
John?
don't go film geek on me, man.
What's the other one he's in? He's in the Christmas movie that's really popular. It's
I
a
don't
wonderful.
know.
It's a wonderful.
It's a wonderful life. That
Life.
is a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah,
but
Mr.
anyway,
Smith
I have
is
to
the
tell
one.
you something.
Okay.
Everybody needs protection from you, so I'm going to talk. We're going to get in the box. But I want to remind you that you need to stay protected with your good neighbor. And your good neighbor is Bob Simpson at State Farm. Get a free quote at bobsimpson.org. Lob him a call, 901-381-1233. Take care of your car, your business, your auto, your home, your life. Get a perfect policy that's perfect for you. You can get the Rogers rate, the Patrick price, and you get it all from your good neighbor, Bob Simpson at State Farm. I'm in the box.
Hey, John.
Hey,
I got questions for you.
I kind of figured that.
That's what we do here is ask questions. Today they're about sports, though. How about that?
So good luck.
John, my first question you just posed to me. Ryan Tannehill got a little preachy for my taste yesterday. I don't know about you. Got a little preachy with Malik Willis there saying, after first of all saying, I don't want anything to do with this guy. He can go bleep himself. Now he comes back and says, I love him. It's all about good influences, John. I might be paraphrasing a little bit.
And
but John,
mentors and how much they mean to you.
John,
and
what
we'll
do
be in
you
the
think
same
about Ryan
film room.
Tannehill's 180-degree turn here?
I think he realized the backlash that he was taking. I think he's very self-aware. This is a guy who did throw 3 interceptions in a playoff game and ruined the Titans'
I can't
season.
believe they even have him still playing. They should have cut him on the spot.
And then he had
3
the
picks in one game?
And they had
Please.
the audacity. They have the audacity to come up there and talk about how basically he acted butthurt. Let's be real. This is a professional quarterback in the National Football League who played horrible. And he acted like he was butthurt, like he was Aaron Rodgers for drafting Jordan Love. No, buddy, this isn't Green Bay Packers. You're not Aaron Rodgers. This is the Titans, and they got a great dude who fell into their lap, Malik Willis, right into their lap. Of course they're going to take him. Now, what do you think?
I think you nailed it, John. I agree.
Holy cow.
I don't really agree. But
Oh.
it's your show, John.
Hold
I
on.
agree.
No. What do you disagree?
I mean, it's tall. You know what Steve
he
Spurrier
Aaron
always
Rodgers?
says, John?
Should
no,
he act
he's
butthurt?
Ryan Tannehill.
That's why he came out and realized it. He was self-aware. He's like, I can't have hippie lettuce that hangs down to my ear. And I don't do podcachucha where you have enemas up your nose and your reister.
I don't think enemas go up your nose.
Remember he did one up his nose? He
A
did one
nose
in his-
enema?
Remember he did all.
I think enemas are always in the butt.
Nope.
Nose enema?
No, he did. Remember?
John, I will say this. First of all, unequivocally, you're absolutely right. Ryan Tannehill is 100% not Aaron Rodgers. Literally, he's not Aaron Rodgers. So, first of all, you're absolutely right on that front. Second of all, I think Ryan Tannehill maybe just saw that all of his comments were taken out of context. I don't think he was like, wow, I have damage control to do.
Wait a second.
I
Are
think
you-
he never meant what people said he meant. And so this other press conference was to clear it up, John. But also, talking season. And that what Steve Spurrier always says? It's talking season. It's talking season. You got to
Remember-
make a story out of something. Talking season.
He's a great guy that works super hard and wants everybody to work hard with him. He's definitely someone that you can look up to. That's, by the way, what Malik Willis came out and said after Ryan Tannehill. And he
After
said-
Ryan Tail told him he can go F himself, he
Yes.
said, I like him.
And now he says, it's been cool, man. He's a great guy. He works super hard, man. Now, next question, dude.
John, question number 2 here.
I think people know that.
It's the second question I'm asking today, John. Do players hustle like David Eckstein anymore?
Of course they do.
I don't think they do, John. I don't think players hustle like David Eckstein
You ever
anymore.
watch Nolan Arenado play a little third base?
Who's
and
your
also
all?
bat?
Oh, is that an all? Well, Nolan Arenado is too good to be a hustle player.
'Cause
You know what I
he's
mean?
just-
Like
his
Byron Buxton could be a hustle player, but he's too good.
Dude, did you see him flying across the outfield yesterday?
Exactly.
Dude, he's got so much talent. His little pinky, it's not even funny.
So to be a hustle player, you have to be, I don't want to disparage David Eckstein.
Oh,
but
you're just
you have to
saying-
be average. So, like, for instance, David Ross, who's just
What
like a
about
bad
Jose
baseball
Altuve?
player. Well, Jose Altuve's good, though.
He's great, but also think about it. He is little. Like,
Yeah,
have
but
you
he's too
seen him
good.
standing next to Aaron Judge in that picture?
Did you see the picture of Aaron Judge with a water bottle yesterday?
Did it have
It looked
vodka
like
in
the
it?
way. No, it just had water in it, I
Oh.
think. I mean, it could have vodka in it. You know what, John? Maybe. No, but he was drinking a water bottle and his hands were giant. It looked like when Shaq was drinking the water bottle and he's like squeezing it. I don't have anything in here that I can make reference to. I don't think my hands are big enough. It looked like this highlighter I've got in my hand. That's what it looked like, him drinking this water bottle, Aaron Judge, yesterday.
Whoa.
I got off track. Oh, I was talking about hustle players, John. No, you have to be like bad enough to where no one considers you to be great. So like David Eckstein's good there. David Ross, who I don't
Chris
want.
Taylor for the Dodgers.
Chris Taylor's really good though.
No, he bats eighth. He's played every position.
Look at the
second.
lineup. He has to bat eight. They
Well,
have no
true
choice.
that. Anyway, point is, though, but this is a guy that a lot of teams gave up. A lot of people thought he was always going to be a AAA guy, and the Dodgers figured out that he can be a utility player. They showed that he can actually hit. This is a guy that nobody gave a chance to actually stay up in the majors.
That's a good one. I think also modern day Tommy La Stella might be a little hustle player guy,
What about our man Harrison Bader?
He won a Gold Glove once.
He's got some great hair, bro, because he hustles.
And he hit really well last year too.
He's not doing it
For a
right.
fact, he's not doing it right now. No, but it was good. All of this, John, was really just a vehicle to say David Ross is a bad baseball player, yet people treat him like he's a god because he played 5 good games in his life in the World Series. Do you think David Ross is bad, John? Overrated, David Ross. Why are we treating this guy like a god? Not a good baseball player. Ultimate hustle guy. Not necessarily on the field hustle. He just hustled everybody into thinking he's good. Your thoughts, John?
I think your thoughts are a little bit crazy. I think they are.
So your thought is that my thoughts are crazy?
Yeah. And by the way, I got a great story coming up because we're going to Hardwood on the other side. And I don't know if you know this, Jay, but I'm very excited. I got more information on the Brendan Langley United Worker fight. And it's backed up by
all the stories
CCTV.
everyone's talking about today.
Oh, this is some great stuff. Plus, I got Javon Kinlaw goes absolutely ham on somebody. And did you see what happened to Norman Powell the other day?
What happened, John?
This crazy woman comes up and starts screaming at this dude, and she gets arrested, and she tried to do something really bad in the police car. So I got some hard-hitting stories on the other side with Hardwood. Don't forget, we're doing a little jiu-jitsu at noon. We're talking basketball with Anthony Sane at 12:30, and we're going to give some gambling tips. This is Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
We are real sports talk. Sports 56, WHBQ. Available on your radio dial at 560 AM, 98.5 FM, and 96.1 FM. As well as online around the world at sports56whbq.com. Take us with you everywhere by downloading the Sports 56 app. And at home, just say, Alexa, play Sports 56. Wherever you are, stay tuned in to Real Sports Talk. Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Hi, this is Troy Fiveash, owner of Fiveash Roof Services. As we all know, Memphis can be a hotbed for severe weather, and that weather can play havoc on our roofs. Most people don't know what they should do first when they're concerned about the condition of their roof. Call their insurance company, call a contractor, or trust a door-to-door salesman that's making claims that are hard to believe. My advice would be call the contractor that you know and trust. If you don't know any, research your local contractors and give 2 or 3 a call. I hope your research will lead you to us. Have your roof inspected, decide for yourself what you should do and whether or not you should file a claim with your insurance company. It's your home, it's your policy, and it's your money. Don't let anyone pressure you into anything. If you give Five Ash Roofing a call, we promise personal service with a member of our family with no pressure and no hype. Five Ash Roof Services, proud partner of the Memphis Tigers and the official roofer of the Tigers home team. Five Ash Roofing, fair, honest, and ethical. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com.
Five Ash Roofing, it's what we do. We're here for you.
Some of the lawyers who advertise on TV say size matters. Well, at the law office of Steve Leffler, they believe size matters too. That's because when you hire the law office of Steve Leffler personally handles your case. With the big firms, you get whoever they hand your file over to, whether you know anything about them or not. When you hire Steve Leffler, you get Steve Leffler. And oh yeah, just like the big firms, you only pay Steve Leffler if he wins your injury case. Hire Steve Leffler, get Steve Leffler.
What's wrong, darling?
Work.
I thought you loved your job.
I do, but the boss put me in charge of his corporate luncheon. His bosses are coming. So now I got to figure out something about food.
Hey, have you called Charlie Robertson at Three Little Pigs?
I haven't, but that's a great idea.
That shoulder pack that we got for Mom and Dad's anniversary was killer, honey. And you get a half gallon of coleslaw, half gallon of cooked beans, and all the trimmings with the 24 buns and everything.
Yeah. It's good stuff.
You remember we took the kids there and we had so much fun, and the kids love the ribs and they don't even like ribs.
Oh, that catfish. Oh, yeah. 3 Little Pigs. And I got all stressed out for nothing.
3 Little Pigs at the corner of White Station and Quince. A slow-cooked pork shoulder you can have on a sandwich, or you can even have it catered. Plus delicious grain-fed catfish that melts in your mouth. 3 Little Pigs Country Breakfast. All the trimmings will get you ready for any day. 3 Little Pigs Barbecue, where we serve no swine before it's time. 901-685-7094.
Grapevine Liquor and Wine has the largest selection of bourbon in North Mississippi and wines from all over the world. Let Jimmy the Delta Boy help you select the perfect spirit or wine to impress. Whether you're looking for the best price or a certain flavor profile, Grapevine Liquor and Wines has it. If you want good southern treatment and the hottest prices, Grapevine Liquor and Wine, Getwell Road, South Haven.
Hotty toddy, gosh almighty, where do you get your bourbon? Flim flam, bim bam, Grapevine, by damn.
All the wisdom of the universe is in these bones.
Now back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I am your buddy Johnny Radio. Jay Morgan Harder is in the house. If you didn't know, there is game number 5. That's right. Eastern Conference Finals series is tied 2-2. It has been the most snoozer basketball. Like for a series that's tied 2-2, like all the games I thought have been pretty much one-sided as all get out. They haven't been all that much entertaining. Hopefully we'll get We'll hopefully get a good game tonight. Boston right now is a 1.5-point favorite. Total is at 203.5. We'll talk a little basketball. Last night, we did have a basketball game. Wasn't very interesting. By the way, the roof leaks, man.
Yeah, rain delay inside.
Like, what is going on with that? Come on now. Come on, Mark Cuban.
John, you ever just check in on how the Guardians are doing to see Zach Plesac, see how he's doing?
No, I didn't.
You don't?
No. How's that?
You know he's the nephew of Dan Plesac, though?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, he's on MLB Network.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, the answer all too often with Zach Plesac in how he's doing is terrible. Yesterday, Johnny threw 4 2/3, gave up 9 hits, 7 runs, a home run to Kyle Tucker, who's on your fantasy team, right?
Yes, he is.
Yeah, Kyle Tucker hit a bomb yesterday. He had 5 Ks, though. He's a 5.4 ERA. Guys are hitting 280 against him in May. How about that?
Nice.
So the answer to how Zach Plesac is doing is bad. But, you know, John, you see kids of other guys you like. You have to just check in to see how they're doing. You know what I mean?
I agree.
You don't seem very interested in that.
No, I'm
I kind of just hijacked the show from you, but
it's okay. Things happen in this world. But congratulations.
I wasn't apologizing.
I'm glad you're taking care of Zach Plesac. You're a lunatic. I hope you know that. But we have some lunatic stories to get to. Alex Caruso. Do you remember when he got arrested in 2001 at Texas A&M? Do you know what he had?
There's no way Alex Caruso was at Texas A&M in 2001.
Yes, he was. Oh, no, partying. He got arrested for possession of marijuana. You don't know this story?
Alex Caruso in 2001.
He went to party at Texas A&M. You don't remember this arrest. That's not your fault. It's probably because you were smoking legal cannabis.
John, there's no way. He's 28 years old. There's no way at age 7 he was arrested for smoking pot.
2021?
Oh, 2021.
2021. That's what I said.
Oh, man, I misheard. I thought you said 2001.
No, 2021, dude.
Hey, John, I'm sorry. I misheard you. I could have sworn you said 2001. We don't have to get bogged down in the weeds, John. Alex Caruso got arrested because he's a drug addict.
No, that's not it.
Oh, that's not what you were saying.
I'm going to tell the story on the other side. I need to help the people out there that are in pain. If you're struggling right now, if you got some pain in your back, sciatica, nerve issues, TMJ, whiplash, go to Mid-South Neuropathy and Wellness Center, 5118 Park Avenue. The office is at Eastgate, Suite 209, or give Pam a call and get a consultation, 901-495-2320. Go in there, see Dr. Starr. He'll tell, he'll listen to you, talk to you, check you out, find everything that you need, make sure they take good care of you. Q will give you massages. Pam will make you laugh. It's a great place. It's open Monday through Thursday, 9 to 1 and 3 to 6. That's 9 to 1 and 3 to 6, Monday through Thursday. Mid-South Neuropathy and Wellness Center. Let's go to Hardwood.
This is Access Hardwood.
All right. So in 2001, it's 2022, by the way. It's
in
May
2001.
25th. In 2021.
John, you definitely said 2001 both times. I don't mean to call you out, but now I feel like I'm crazy. You absolutely said 2001 both times. So Alex Caruso, 7. He's smoking pot at Texas A&M. Continue.
Oh my God. In 2021, here we go. In 2021, and today, by the way, it's 2022.
So 1 year ago.
It's May 25th, in fact.
Uh-huh.
So Alex Caruso was arrested. And he was charged, by the way. There was a situation. He's down at Texas A&M having a little party, you know what I'm saying? And the university police smell a little hippie lettuce. They arrest him for possession of marijuana under 2 ounces and possession of drug paraphernalia. So, did you see what Texas A&M tweeted out yesterday?
What did they tweet, John?
They tweeted out this. Texas A&M University with the blue check mark tweets out, on a quarter of the West Campus, there is a greenhouse full of legal cannabis. Hemp could soon be $1 billion industry. So, ag life science researchers and students are leading the charge to study and grow it in Texas. That is hilarious. And he put a picture, he quote tweeted it with, the dude from Friday, Ice Cube.
I do.
Ice-T. No, Ice Cube.
Ice
Cube.
Ice-T is in Law and Order
Cubes are
SVU.
NT. Yeah, that's right. I like them both. They're great. But you know the movie Friday? So he posted a picture of the dude from Friday looking at like, wait a second. Last year y'all arrested me for weed, and now y'all are growing an arsenal of weed on campus? Does it sound a little hypocritical?
Yes. I think it does, John,
I think it does too.
Yeah.
I think it does.
I think it does.
So
sounds hypocritical, John.
You want to see something else that's a little bit hypocritical?
Please.
Well, do you know who UFC's Mark Munoz is?
Of course.
They placed him on administrative leave. He used to be a UFC fighter. He was really good. He beat like some dude in 2011. A bunch of good stuff happened, UFC guy.
Wow, he beat some dude in 2011? Wow, I didn't know he had that in his accolades.
Yeah, dude.
What's his name again?
His name is Mark Munoz. And he's now a high school wrestling coach. Well, during wrestling practice, okay?
Sounds like he was really good then.
Yeah. During wrestling practice, a couple guys get a little upset. What are you implying, that wrestling coaches aren't good?
Well, I'm implying a guy that has now no longer fighting and is now teaching high school wrestling.
It's been 11 years since he's been in the ring.
Maybe he didn't make enough money to be considered really good,
Well,
John.
because they weren't paying
Look,
him
John,
nothing.
I'm Team Small Hall. Look, my expectations for a guy to be considered great in The Ultimate Fighter is you have to be better than Mark Munoz. I mean, you can't. He's only 14-6, John. I mean, doing a big game. Come on.
Well, what do you think about him being on an administrative leave? Because my man, a couple guys were wrestling on his team. They got a little bit frustrated, kind of wrestled a little too hard, and they basically said they wanted to put on some boxing gloves and duke it out.
And he let him.
And then one of the parents finds out and freaks out. No, neither one of the kids were injured. It was more kind of funny and stuff. But now he's got kicked out and he can't teach anymore Because he let a couple kids box. Isn't boxing a sport? If you're a wrestling coach,
Yeah,
are you
but
not
the,
allowed?
not the sport they were playing. They were playing wrestling.
I know, but I mean wrestling.
If you want to box, go join the boxing team. You know,
What if they didn't have a boxing team?
change schools or find a new sport. How about that?
All right, I guess it's okay.
Point counterpoint. John, McDonald's and Wendy's are being sued over $50 million for misleading ads that make burgers look bigger in their commercials.
Really?
How about that?
They did the Tiny Hands
Misleading.
commercial.
That was Burger King, though. This is McDonald's and Wendy's.
Oh, this is McDonald's and Wendy's.
Mm-hmm.
So Burger King doesn't make their burgers look bigger.
No,
because
I don't
they
know if
use
you've
the little
been to
guy with
Burger
tiny
King,
hands?
John. Burger King serves a hefty burger. It's a fine-sized burger. McDonald's burgers are kind of small. You ever seen those patties on a Big Mac? Like, where's the meat? You know what I mean? Where's the beef, as Wendy's would say? But now Wendy's is getting a little bit too big for their britches, too. Maybe trying to make their square burgers, not boogers. They're not serving boogers. John, they're trying to make their square burgers look bigger than they are. And I, for one, am not having it. And I'm upset that someone didn't sue them earlier. I would like to get in on this class action lawsuit, John. Would you?
No, I'm good. I'm good. Remember,
Okay.
I don't eat fast food, so
Seems like all the more reason you want to sue them for murdering people
no.
with beef.
Yep.
Where's the beef, John?
Where's the beef? Well, I don't know, but do you know one thing I do know? Javon Kinlaw is not a very happy person. Do you remember him when he came out of college? Real first-round pick, supposed to be great. Since he's been playing, he's only got 1.5 sacks. Now, he's only been playing since 2020.
Wow, so that's 1.5 more than J.J. Watt.
No.
Where's J.J. Watt's sacks been? Am I missing something? Is J.J. Watt not getting sacks anymore, I thought?
No, he didn't have one more than J.J. Watt.
He had
only
1.5 more.
No, he didn't.
1.5 more, John.
J.J. started last year.
Yeah, he didn't get any sacks.
Zero?
I don't know if that's accurate. I'm looking it up
Yeah,
now.
man, I don't think that.
Yeah, he got 1 sack last year, John. He had half a sack more. J.J. Watt, 1 sack. How about get a sack, please, J.J.
All right,
Watt?
please.
Hey, you know how many sacks J.J. I'm sorry, I'm getting you off track, John. Last 3 years for J.J. Watt. 4 sacks, 5 sacks, 1 sack. I thought we were paying this guy to get to the quarterback. How about make a tackle, please, J.J. Watt? What a bum. Honestly, overrated. That passes prime. Get a sack. I mean, John, you and I could get 9 sacks, 10 sacks over a 3-year period.
No.
Connor certainly could get 10 sacks over a 3-year period.
No.
But you and I could, too.
No. And
3-time Defensive Player of the Year, please. I thought you were supposed to sack the quarterback your Defensive Player of the Year, John.
his brother, by the way, last year was really good, wasn't he?
Yeah, honestly, the better Watt. But
my
don't get me started. This guy's going to go downhill quick. If I know anything about Watts, is that this guy doesn't have much career longevity.
All right.
Anyway, John, you were talking about a different one.
Javon Kinlaw, 14th pick in 2020. 2020, that is. So not 2002, 2020. There's a reporter out there, and his name is Grant Cohn. And he's also has a YouTube channel. He's a beat reporter for San Francisco 49ers. He's out there at practice all day, blah, 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 blah. Everything's going on. And all of a sudden, my man, Kinlaw, comes up to Cohn and starts berating him. And he was very upset, knocked his hat off, started screaming, "I'm a man just like you." He said, "My junk is bigger than yours, brother. Put some respect on my name." "My junk is bigger than yours, brother. Put some respect on my name." And then they kind of separated them. Well, of course, Grant Cohn went on his YouTube channel and talked about the incident.
Of course.
Guess who called into the YouTube channel?
Who?
Kinlaw. He went on for 6 minutes. He yelled at him for 6 minutes and also ate food during the berating. I can't read anything he said. He started the thing. He says, "Alls I know when I walked up on you today, your body temperature was as cold as ice. Straight blank. You're a blank, 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 blank. Playing with me, brah. Whoa. You don't blank. Ooh, you don't know me like that. Oh, yeah. Okay, anyway.
Yeah, the message, you got the message
I
across
think you
for
get
sure.
it. But it was
I don't think they do, John, to be
6
honest.
minutes. 6 minutes of this. And by the way, Grant just sat there on the YouTube channel and just let him keep going and going and going.
You should retweet the video.
I should retweet the
Yeah,
video.
I mean, because we can't say anything that's being said, but it is funny, so you probably should retweet it so people can see it. Because, John, I don't know about you, but it's hard to convey a quote of, "You better blank, 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 blank for my blank, 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 blank."
That's a good point.
Period.
Okay, now I have great information on the big old fight of the week. Brendan Langley, who fought the United worker. Great news, by the way. Now, I do have to say, I don't know if you remember me coming on here yesterday and talking about who had it worse. The man who got arrested, who was playing for the Calgary Stampede, or the United Airlines worker who got fired. Everybody kind of agreed it's not going to be a big deal. Well, guess what? Calgary Stampeders, did you know that they suspended Brendan Langley indefinitely? He gets suspended, he's in all kinds of trouble, and then guess what comes out today? The police come out there and say that everything that Brendan Langley said is true. Brendan Langley was minding his business, walking through the airpack. This is what the police said. He's walking through the airport with his bags when he was accosted by a United Airlines employee who claimed to run the airport. When Brendan tried to ignore him, the assailant followed and harassed him, called him a really bad word and another bad word, and he challenged him to a fight. They said that there was only footage, that was going around social media that was from a basically little cell phone. Well, they looked at the CCTV backups, the police did. The footage from the airport security cameras established without question that Brendan was in reasonable fear of physical harm and reasonably and lawfully defended himself. No charges will be filed against Brendan. Now, right now, the CFL Calgary Stampeders have said nothing since they've suspended him indefinitely. Do you feel like B. Lang got a little vindication?
Oh, total vindication.
And can I ask you a question? Have you seen how big B. Lang is compared to the United Airlines worker?
Much.
Dude, he's a football player. He's huge. This guy, was he on meth or PCP or something? What makes you want to go fight a football player?
What sport did the United Airlines worker play?
He said he was running the airport. He said, did you know? Okay, so he walked through the airport and came up to him and he says, I don't know about you, but I'm running this airport. Yeah. And got all up in his grill and stuff. What in the heck was he on? This is at 7:30 in the morning. Dude tried to go fight. Man, that dude definitely pulled an all-nighter. Got some
uppers.
Angry gay or something. I don't know about you, but I find that to be one of the most fascinating stories of the year.
John, did you know T.J. Watt got 22.5 sacks last year? So making up for his brother's lack of production, by the way. Did you know that? 22.5? That's an NFL record.
Yep, it is a record.
That's crazy. But he got 4 in week 17, 16.
Did you say 22?
Yeah, 22.5. He got 4 in week 17, though, so other teams are quitting at that point. Kind of a little asterisk, man.
1/2 a sack more than the number of women that are currently suing Deshaun Watson in civil court.
How many sacks did those women get?
Obviously, if you didn't watch last night, it's bad. Ashley Solis, Kyla Hayes.
But just to be clear, 0 career sacks, right?
Zero.
Can't get to the quarterback.
They went out there. It was very, 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 very damaging. And it didn't look good. And one thing that she said that makes a lot of sense, she's like, he has 22 civil suits, blah, 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 up against him, and they give him the largest contract in NFL history, $230 million guaranteed. And the lady said that it was just like a big FU to them. Like, they don't matter. The only thing that matters, we don't care about you. He can run and throw, and that's what we care about. And she says she feels sick. It was sick to her. I don't blame her. I think it's kind of sick. And if you look at Major League Baseball and what they've done with Trevor Bauer, and now Trevor Bauer is actually going through the appeals process right now, I don't expect much to change. But you give him a 2-year suspension, it's the same situation. I don't know.
John, none of those women, though, are the 5th best masseuses in the world.
True that. Oh.
I mean, maybe they're going to get paid handsomely, too. Maybe this would be a little faster if it was like the 5th best masseuse in the world. But Deshaun Watson might be the 5th best quarterback in the world.
Yeah, that is.
Is that making light of a serious situation?
It's not, because I know you and you watched it on Real Sports with Brian Gumbel. No, you did not.
I didn't watch it.
That's right. That's probably where you're at. That's why.
Maybe I should have a little more empathy for the women. But until I see some accolades, I'm going to side with the 5th best quarterback in the world on his money he got. Not in the suit, just in the money he got.
Just in the money.
Just to clear up. I'm just saying, Don't
you dare touch the dial. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
You have opinions?
Well, you gotta have an opinion.
Of course you do. Everyone does. Hit us up on the AutoZone listener line, 360-8255, 360-8255.
Hey, if you're hungry for great Mexican food for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, got it. La Guadalupana. Guadalupana. Choose from tacos, burritos, enchiladas, sizzling shrimp, beef, or chicken fajitas, and even a Cuban sandwich filled with Mexican sauces, chicken, ham, steak, jalapenos, avocado, and more. How about super nachos topped with melted cheese, beans, sour cream, guacamole, tomato, and jalapenos? All great with nice cold beer, domestic and imported. Good prices, generous portions, great service at 2 locations, Summer Avenue and Cordova Road. La Guadalupana.
Are you ready for the Take It On sales event at Gossett Mitsubishi on the Pike? Take on high gas prices with 41 MPG Highway in your new 2022 Mitsubishi Mirage G4, $259 a month, or buy for $17,885. Looking for the perfect road trip ride? Take on 2022 Mitsubishi Outlander Sport, $359 a month, or buy for $25,285. Plus, award-winning redesigned 2022 Outlander, seat 7, $369 a month, or $29,005, and get the stellar 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. So get to Gossett Mitsubishi today, 1870 Covington Pike, or shop online at memphismitsubishi.com.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
All 72 months at 3.9. Outlander NZO 68336, MSRP 29505. Sport NU 009708, MSRP 26035. G4 NHF 05848, MSRP 18385. Includes all rebates and incentives. PF 695. Excludes tax, title, and license with approved credit. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through end of the month. Dealer stock only.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Of course, we have everything you need for that big brake job. Right now, you can save 15% when you buy any Duralast brake pads and any 2 Duralast rotors. It's a great way to save while you take on the full job. Oh, and here's a tip for you. Go for a nice, easy drive after you finish the job. It'll help you break in your new brakes. For more tips, visit AutoZone.com/DIY. Restrictions apply.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Remember the song, The Times They Are A-Changin'? This is Sheldon Rosengarten with Mark's Bensdorf Realtors, and that is exactly what has happened in the real estate business. That is why I team up with Kelly Erb, or Hugh Mallory, or Elizabeth Kulo, Melanie Simpson, or Diane Balkin. With one of them as a marketing partner and my old self as a point person, we have taken the changing real estate market and turned it into our benefit and our clients'. Today, we talk about escalation and appraisal gap clauses, bidding wars, and which is the best deal for our client. And what you see is not always what you get. Most people call me Shell Dunn because they've heard that when you want the job done, call Shell Dunn. So before you make a move in real estate, remember to talk to 2 to 3 real estate brokers, but make sure I'm one of them. Reach me, Sheldon Rosengarten, Shell Dunn, at memphisrelocate.com or 483-0546. That's 483-0546 or memphisrelocate.com.
Now you want to get nuts? Come on, let's get nuts.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. Jay Morgan Harder's in the house. Andrew Wiltz is going to be on the other side. Jiu-Jitsu champion, world champion, all kinds of wonderful things. I'm going to learn about it because I don't know anything about Jiu-Jitsu. And Jay Morgan, I'm going to let you ask him some questions today too. See how you don't learn a little something about discipline.
John, I was teaching. Tell me again what I'm doing.
Nothing. You're
Okay.
not doing anything.
Good.
Now, did you know the...
I'm really going to use this time at noon when we're talking about jiu-jitsu. Obviously, I'm going to be listening closely, but I'm going to use that time to teach. That's
all
my
right,
teaching
that's a good
time.
thing. Teaching time. Now, do you know the first team, second, third teams have come out? Did you have any
I did
problems
know
with
that.
them?
Honestly, John, well, we already talked about this a little bit, is I had a problem.
We did? We talked about this?
We talked about MVP. Remember we talked about MVP race?
Yeah.
And, yeah, not to diminish what Jokic did. I'm not saying that Jokic is any worse than people are making him out to be. I'm just saying that Embiid was better this year. And so I think Embiid, I know that Jokic had statistics that no one else has ever had before, but I don't think that in any way like makes his value greater than what Joel Embiid does. Like, I don't think because Jokic is such a good passer, it makes him any more valuable on the floor than what Joel Embiid does. Joel Embiid, other than Giannis, might be the most dominant player in basketball, could literally score every time if he caught the ball on the block, every possession he could score. So, and this year was incredible for him. So I don't think he's any more dominant than Embiid just because he had a season that no one else has ever had. I wish Jokic and Embiid could both be on first team. It's impossible. It can't happen because they're centers. But that, I think, is the biggest highway robbery of this situation. I guess you'd have to take out Tatum. I don't know.
Jason Tatum, first team.
You'd have to take him out. But, I mean, in terms
for the
of forwards.
Boston Celtics, who will be awesome one day and then horrible the next.
Wow, so we're hating on Jason
I'm just
Tatum
kidding,
still.
no.
Yeah.
He better have a good game tonight, though.
He might not.
He might not.
He might not.
He's
I mean,
first team All-NBA.
That's, I mean, fair point, John.
Giannis is up there, Devin Booker, Luka, and, of course, Jokic. Second team.
Jimmy Butler didn't even get any burn.
He didn't even
anywhere.
get on the first, second,
But he
or
wasn't
third.
good in the regular season. He was hurt a lot of the year. He had a lot of single-digit scoring nights.
True.
The biggest thing, I guess we have to talk about the Grizzlies. Do you
I was going
think?
to say Ja's on there. You want to mention that he's on the second team?
Yeah, do you think that's a slight? I mean, how do you put him above Booker and Luka? I mean, it's hard to do.
I can put him above D-Book, but
Really?
I can't put him above Luke.
Really?
Luke.
I think Devin Booker solidified
Luka.
himself on both ends as being an MVP candidate this year.
Man, don't even give me that. Hey, where are they right now? Watching the deadgun playoffs from the house, man. They got put out by Luka in Dallas. Come on, man. Chill out.
So are the Grizzlies.
But Ja said, hey, man, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that if Ja was healthy and Dylan Brooks didn't play in Game 4, Grizzlies win the series hands down. Everybody knows this. It's just common fact around the NBA circles.
I mean, honestly, Ja's in good company with the guy that I thought should be MVP on the second team. So second team is nothing to sneeze at. Are you
Joel
sneezing
Embiid.
at it, John?
No, you got Ja Morant, Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, DeMar DeRozan, and Joel Embiid. Please, I'll take on the first team with that. Give me the second team. We're taking on the first team.
That's exactly what Connor just said.
Dude.
That's exactly what Connor just said is give me the second team. I'll play against the first team with that group. Honestly, that's not a bad – I don't think you go wrong either way, though. It speaks to how deep the league was this year, too. Look at the rookie team. Everyone was upset because Zaire got –
the third team is not all that great. I mean, Chris Paul,
Spicy P?
Trae Young, Spicy P, Carl Anthony, Big Cat, please, and
I don't
LeBron
like
James.
Big
I mean,
Cat
he's
either.
kind of good, but
No, I don't have a problem with those guys being picked there, though.
I
think they all had good years in that regard. The only one I think you can maybe point to and say maybe a little undeserving is Pascal Siakam, just because I think Scotty Barnes is the biggest reason why that team made a push down the stretch to go to the playoffs. But Spicy P is one of the best players in the world, so in that regard, it's hard to
couple
argue.
snubs. Your guy, DeJounte.
I don't think it's a snub. Who are you going to put him over?
I'm just saying. Zach LaVine, maybe Jimmy Butler, Donovan
No,
Mitchell.
I can't. I don't.
Jaylen Brown. Bam, 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 bam. No.
Bam is just too inconsistent, too.
You think?
Well, I mean, I'm fine with a player going like 12 of 14 one night and 3 of 14 the next. What I don't like is when a guy goes like 10 of 11 and then the next night goes like 3 of 4. Like, to me, that just means you shrunk in the moment. Like, for instance, what did Jimmy Butler go last game? Here, let me pull out my stat sheet real quick. Jimmy Butler's 3 of 14 last game, and Bam goes 3 of 5. Bam just quit shooting at a certain point and just withered in the moment. And that's my biggest problem with Bam. Although, if I'm looking against him or Karl-Anthony Towns, I'm picking a guy for my team. I'm taking Bam every time. I do not like Karl-Anthony Towns. Not conducive to winning Karl-Anthony Towns.
So, at the guard position, Luka or Ja?
I'm taking Luka.
Ooh, okay, I don't blame you.
John, I would trade Luka straight up for Ja.
Luka or Steph?
I'm taking Luka.
Devin Booker or Ja?
I'm taking Booker. And I think the biggest thing is
I just don't like you anymore.
I'll equate all the things Booker does with Ja on offense, and then I look at the other side of the floor, and Devin Booker has really, I think, really solidified himself as.
Let's be honest.
To be an MVP candidate, you have to do it on both
Kendall Jenner
ends.
closet freak.
Oh, I love
you
Kendall
love
Jenner.
Kendall
Oh,
Jenner.
she's beautiful.
And she's
Most
dated
beautiful
Devin
woman in the
Booker.
world.
Therefore,
But
you're
by that
just,
logic, John, I would want Devin Booker dead, and I would hate him if I was so in love with Kendall
because you're
Jenner.
living through him vicariously.
I wish, man. Who are you living vicariously through?
You
don't need to live like Jonathan. John, you're a superstar in your own right.
Yeah.
You don't need
Right.
to live through anybody
Thank
else.
you. No, I don't. I'm trying to still live in this reality. By the way, again, I like the second team. You give me KD, Ja, Steph, DeRozan's playing a little D.
Who do you think got snubbed from all three?
Man, honestly,
Who would you take out? If you had to pick one person, it would have to be the third team, right?
I mean, I'm taking out, honest to God, I'm
Siakam.
taking Siakam out because why do you have to have a center on all three teams?
Yeah, it's a rule.
Like, I mean, you got...
Well, that's Karl Anthony Towns as a center on the third team. Spicy P's
Yeah,
one of
that's
the
true. You're
forward
right.
players.
Man.
But there's a lot of forward
That's
players
right.
you could take as well. I mean,
I just don't know, man. Spicy Pete, Toronto, yes, he's really, really good for him. He's played a lot better than I thought he was ever going to play. I like him and everything.
Best player on that team.
Yeah, he is.
But like you said, it maybe just was because Toronto got hot down the stretch. But you got to look at how well Scotty Barnes played in that stretch as well.
Yeah.
But I have a hard pick. It's hard to pick another forward though. Who was in the forward that you named when you were naming guys that got snubbed?
Buckets.
Jimmy Butler would be a guard probably though.
Yeah, you're right.
It's hard. That's the math you have to do here. That's why it's
I hate the
ridiculous.
math part.
Embiid has to be a second-team player. No, Embiid was second in the MVP voting. So why is this guy a second-team player? And they changed this rule this way because there was too many good guards and forwards a few years ago, and they felt like they were having
And
to
now
keep
there's
guys
two
out.
great
And now there's
centers.
too many good centers. It's
Which
ridiculous.
is weird. There's two. They're like the NBA is so top-heavy when it comes to centers. They're either great.
It's the most valuable
or
position
they're
in
very
basketball today, even more so than point guard because everyone's playing behind the perimeter and wants to shoot threes. I think it has made center the most valuable position in basketball.
There he is, Coach Jay Morgan, talking basketball. I want to remind you, if you want to look good, if you want to be a first team, second team, third team, all fashion, Frontier Western Store, 5880 Goodman Road down in Olive Branch. They got everything. Ladies, they have a ladies boutique. Mothers, they have a children's department. Husbands, again, they have the ladies boutique. Plus, you can also shop for your mom and dad. They have fun for the whole family. They have styles all over the place, from Carhartt to Ariat to Wrangler to Miss Me to Girly Girl. Largest boot showroom on planet Earth. 9 to 7 Monday through Saturday, 1 to 6 on Sunday, and 24/7, 365 at FrontierWesternStore.com. Coming up next, we're talking jiu-jitsu with Andrew Wiltz. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
You raise the blade, you make the change, you rearrange me till I'm sane.
Grapevine Liquor and Wine has the largest selection of bourbon in North Mississippi and wines from all over the world. Let Jimmy the Delta Boy help you select the perfect spirit or wine to impress. Whether you're looking for the best price or a certain flavor profile, Grapevine Liquor and Wines has it. If you want good southern treatment and the hottest prices, Grapevine Liquor and Wine, Getwell Road, South Haven.
Hotty toddy, gosh almighty, where do you get your bourbon? Flim flam, bim bam, grapevine, by damn.
Your favorite Italian deli, Lucchese's, now ships. For over 25 years, Memphis has trusted Lucchese's to feed their loved ones. And now they've created 4 great comfort food meals that can be shipped across the country to your family and friends. Enjoy lasagna, ravioli, tortellini, spaghetti, Italian spinach, and delicious sauces with no MSGs, no preservatives, and no artificial colors. Lucchese's can ship anywhere in the U.S. All you need to do is go online to lucchese's.com to place your order or call 901-766-9922.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Crossroad Motors, located in Olive Branch, is not a typical dealership. They only sell late model trucks and Jeeps. Many of their vehicles have already been lifted with new off-road wheels and tires. Not in the market for a new vehicle? Let them customize yours the way you want it. They install lifts, levels, off-road tires, wheels, and much more. 90 days same as cash on all customizations or extended financing. Buy one of their vehicles or let them build yours. Check their vehicles on Facebook. Search Crossroad Motors Olive Branch or call 901-545-5190. Look different, drive different.
In the alley since 1948, the world-famous Rendezvous. John, it's so good to see everything kind of getting back to normal.
Brett, we've done a lot of ads before, but maybe it's time for me to do a recap. We have valet parking at the end of our alley on Monroe. On Fridays and Saturdays, we give away our wonderful red beans and rice until it runs out. And you know we like to do things local. Miss Barbara Jackson of Taste and See has been making these wonderful chess and pecan pies, that's pecan, not pecan, and key lime pies for dessert. And we just started serving this wonderful gelato from Sweet Magnolia Gelato Company. And just to remind everybody, you don't eat cheese and sausage with a knife and fork. You take a cracker, you put sausage on it, you put a piece of cheese on it, a little mustard or a little sauce, take a bite and chase it with the pickle. Brett, we've always been the place for all gatherings, whether they're corporate, rehearsal dinners, retirement parties, birthday parties, whatever. We seat anywhere from 20 people to 250 people. And oh, by the way, we are now open for lunch from 11 o'clock on Tuesday through Saturday. Come see us at the Rendezvous.
We are Sports 56, WHBQ Memphis, and W253DF Memphis. Flynn Broadcasting Stations.
Oh, yeah.
How does one of those things, when things get too heavy, just call me helium.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I am your buddy Johnny Radio. Jay Morgan Harder is in the house, and we got a lot of stuff to talk about. We were going to talk with Andrew Wiltz about a little jiu-jitsu, about how you get in there and get on your back and tear people up. But guess what? He didn't answer, did he?
Couldn't get a hold of him.
I think he heard all the fun you were poking in the first half, and I just have to say, just on the I can't even say.
Wow,
with
that actually
face.
that might be it. Actually, he was like, "Let's see what we're getting into," and then he just heard me railing against it. Wow, that one's on me.
By the way, do you even know what jiu-jitsu is?
Yeah, it's like MMA. It's a style of martial art.
I mean, but like which one? It's the ground and pound.
Yeah, I think it emphasizes.
Was Hoist Gracie jiu-jitsu? You don't know who Hoist Gracie is?
I have no idea who Hoist Gracie.
I actually know who that is. I'm not even into the whole fighting stuff.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, anyway. Anywho, well, you ready to talk a little bit of baseball, some basketball?
Should I rail against MMA more, or jiu-jitsu more than since he's not on?
No, don't do that, because you know what? When one of these guys actually hears this and they come up here, I'm going to tell you something. I'm staying inside. If a dude comes up wearing, what do they call it?
Are you not scared of Dylan Brooks listening to the radio then?
Please. What's Dylan Brooks going to do? He's a basketball player.
Right.
He's not a dead-gum MMA fighter or jiu-jitsu king.
Wow, so that's how you gauge it is. If you think you could take him, you'll talk bad about him. But if you don't think you could take him, you're going to stay away.
That's how I gauge life. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, dude, I got this stuff. You know, or maybe, you know what, I might want to step back a little bit. But by the way, since we were going to talk some jiu-jitsu, can I tell a UFC story?
I would be insulted if you didn't.
All right, so we're going to break down some baseball. We're going to give you some bets. We're going to give you Jay Morgan stuff. By the way, you know we have day baseball on right now.
We do, but I'm trying to gear up for these 2:30 games today.
Mets and the Giants play at 2:45, sir. You have the Dodgers and Nats at 3:05. Brewers, Padres at 3:10. Atlanta Mariners also at 3:10. And the Cubs and Red at the first evening game at 5:40. Cubs pulled up a can of whip. Who won yesterday? It was the Reds. Somebody beat the brakes off of somebody.
The Cubs beat the brakes off of them
That's
2
what
days
I thought.
ago. 2 days ago. I don't know who won yesterday. I'm looking at it now. The Reds won yesterday, it looks like.
Ah, interesting. Well,
no, the Cubs won yesterday, 11-4.
Okay, I was going to say, so I thought the Cubs beat the brakes off of them.
Yeah, the Cubs have beat them twice, 7-4 on Monday, 11-4 on Tuesday.
Yeah, Tommy's not pitching the ball very well. In fact, nobody's pitching the ball for
You know, we have a guy making his debut today, or his debut this season, I guess. I think he pitched one game last year for the Mets, is this guy, Sapuki.
Yeah.
Thomas Sapuki.
Thomas.
Little lefty hurler, John?
Zapuki. Thomas Zabuki.
I have some stats about him. You want to hear them?
I do, but I have to tell my UFC story first.
Oh, I'm sorry, I interrupted you.
Because we were going to talk mixed martial arts, and I was going to ask this question.
Right.
And I want to know if this is not.
So you're going to ask me instead?
Yes, because I feel like this is just inappropriate.
Inappropriate.
It's inappropriate for sure. And by the way, it was 2021. I didn't say 2001. You know
what? John agreed to disagree.
All right. Well, I'm not going to give you any more freebies today. Okay. He's is this inappropriate? Watching porn during a UFC fight next to the family of the fighter. Inappropriate? Not inappropriate. Or just appropriate. Inappropriate, appropriate.
That's tough. That's tough.
The UFC crowd.
I'm on the fence.
The UFC crowd is a little bit
Who's
different.
In it?
Well, okay, so do you know who...
and the porno, not the fight.
Do you know who Donald Cowboy Cerrone is?
I do know Donald Cowboy Cerrone. Do you know Donald Cowboy Cerrone?
I do now because I watched this story. He was fighting John Jones or Bones Jones.
That was his last fight, I believe.
Well, guess what was going on during that?
What?
What are you pointing at?
Nothing, John. Keep going. I was listening. I was excited at the whatever. Continue, John. I was excited at the prospect of hearing the rest of the story.
Well, so and by the way, let's just be honest. Donald Cerrone is a beer banging cowboy, right?
I don't know if he beer bangs. He's a good guy. He's like one of of the nice guys in MMA.
But I mean, he drinks and stuff and gets down.
Every time he loses. Okay.
From my research, he does a little bit of drinking and stuff.
Okay.
He's been at like UFC fights. He's got drunk at live events.
But he's a family man. He's got kids.
He is a family man. No, he's a good guy. I'm not saying he's a bad guy. I'm just saying it's not like this guy. What I'm trying to say is it's not like this guy is a perfect angel. Again, he fights in the UFC. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. You got to be a little bit.
John, you're really disparaging like the most likable guy in the UFC right now.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. Anyway, the point of what I'm trying to get is, do you know who Dan Blazerian is?
I do. He is a self-proclaimed sex addict, and he said once that everyone would be a sex addict if they had access to as much sex as I have access to.
Well, anyway, Donald Cerrone.
That's a quote, by the way. I didn't say that.
Anyway, Donald Cerrone, before the fight, kind of buddied up to the social media personality. During, it was before the fight, hey, what's up, Dan Blazerian, and whatever. I don't know how it
Steroid
goes.
addled. No, that's probably what he sounds like.
So he's like,
No, he probably sounds a high-pitched voice because he's got too many steroids in his system.
Point. They're kind of buddy-buddy for a minute. Then all of a sudden, my man Donald goes in there to fight, basically a big old fight with this dude, Bones Jones. And guess what happens? His
lost.
Mother, his wife, his kids are all sitting there in the front row. And Dan Blazerian comes and sits next to the mother. During the fight, Dan Blazerian, they said, was so drunk that he could barely keep himself up. And also during the intermissions was watching porn on his phone. That the family felt so uncomfortable, but they left and went to the back to watch the fight. Could not watch their son fight because of Dan Blazerian. Is this just an outrage?
Outrageous, John.
Or is this typical
Absolutely
UFC?
outrageous.
Is this expected? And by the way, here's the best thing. Donald Cerrone came out there and said he went off. He said that if he knew my wife and my daughter and my mother and my kids were all going to be there and have to witness that, he said he would have beat the tar out of him and a bunch of bad things about him. So I think Dan Blazerian might want to watch his back because the Cowboys looking for him. Is this something that can get in a Jake Paul event?
No.
Why not?
Don't think it has the draw, John. Are you sure it was John Jones the Cowboy Cerrone was fighting?
Man, I don't know. It's UFC 235.
UFC 235.
It says that he lost in the 5th round or something.
Oh. So it was during a John Bones fight because Cowboy Cerrone was just there watching, apparently.
Oh, he was just watching. What does it matter? The point is, he ended up
I was just doing some fact checking, John, just to make sure we had
What's the most important fact here? That Dan Blazerian was watching porn with his mother. That is very depressing. I don't even know what to think about that. I really don't. But we have to talk a little bit of baseball today. The Rockies are up 3-0 on the Pirates. Bottom of the second. Tigers, Twins, 0-0, top of the first. But we have a few bets today. And you want to talk about Sapuki.
I did want to talk about this game. The Mets and Giants today, John. You know who's on the bump? Thomas Sapuki, left-handed pitcher. It's his first outing.
25 years old, young man.
First outing this year. I think he pitched one game last year out of the pen or something.
Yeah,
but for all intents and purposes,
his career ERA right now is 14.73.
For all intents and purposes, let's just say it's his first start. Okay, fresh slate here. Fresh slate for Sapuki. I'm starting him in a few fantasy lineups today. But the Giants against left-handed pitching are hitting .232, which is 11th in the major leagues. But this is the big one, John. The Mets facing Jacob Junis today, who's 1-1 with a 2.70 ERA. The Mets are second in the majors in batting average and OPS against right-handed pitching. 276, OPS of 760, John. Also, if you're looking for a little fantasy play today, Francisco or a prop bet, Francisco Lindor against Jacob Junis, John. Take a guess at what his batting average is. Just throw a number out there.
I don't know.
Good guess, Johnny. You're close. He's 18 for 36, John, against Junis. That's 500 he's hitting. And 36 at-bats is a pretty good sample size. 5 bombs, 14 RBIs. Lindor has a big day.
All right. Well, that is the fantasy update of the day.
I tell you, John, that's just information. You know, I'm using it for fantasy, but tell me how you could use that information to gamble with, John, right? There's plenty of ways you could use that.
It didn't work out really well yesterday. You said these 2 pitchers were
Whoa! No, that's because you put me on the spot. I think Connor can attest to this, too. We were all in the room. I said Pivetta is going to have him on. You're like, well, why do I care that the Red Sox pitcher you think has a good day? I was like, well, John, Dylan Cease is good. Maybe you could take the under. You put me on the spot for that information, John. I was already ridiculed once. I also told you that the sun was going to rise today, and if it did, the Mavericks won last night. Was that right, John?
You did.
See, you really are pointing out my losses here and not giving me credit for how brilliant I was yesterday.
I hate to say it, there were a lot of people who told me they were scared off the Mavericks win over the Golden State Warriors because you were so sure. They're like, this guy is such an idiot. He's definitely going to be wrong.
Yeah. Well, it showed them, huh?
Yeah, that you're not an idiot. You really aren't. I'm proud of you.
John, also I hit the Diamondbacks -1.5 yesterday. Not that we need to brag about the bets that we
You got
win,
lucky,
but
by
if
the
I'm
way.
being painted as some idiot, no, not the case here.
You got
I
very lucky.
was sitting here talking to Connor yesterday, and I gave him the wrong player, but we did talk about how the fact that it was a 100% chance Josiah Gray gives up a bomb yesterday against the Dodgers, and what did he do, John? In the first inning, he gave up a bomb. Didn't even make it through an inning before giving up a bomb. Gave up one to Trey Turner. Gave up one to Mookie Betts. He was giving out home runs yesterday. Please. So don't paint me as some buffoon, John. If I'm giving you stats, they're right. You can take that to the bank, Jack.
All right, I'm taking that to the bank, and I'm also going to take a lot of money to the bank. And actually, no, I'm not going to take a lot of money to the bank because I'm going to take it to 3670 South Houston Levy Road in Collierville to Hemp 20. Go to Hemp 20. Get you some D8, some D9, some D10. They also have some new gummies out there like Moon Exotics. They have so many great products out at Hemp 20. You can get some carts. I love their carts. I love their new syrup that they have. They have a hybrid Enjoy Zen. They have a Indica Enjoy Chill. They have also Tink. If you know what Tink is, you can get THC with little drops, 1,000 milligrams. You just put it under your tongue, bing, bang, boom. Then you're on top of it. They have beautiful flower out there. The pear blossom indica is perfect. The sour pineapple was fire. And you know what else? You can go out there and get a gift card because there's nothing that says I'm a good person like getting a gift card from Hemp 20. Head out to 3670 South Houston Levy Road in Collierville and shop at Hemp 20. Find out what hemp can do for you. It's health, it's wellness, it's lifestyle. It's Hemp 20. Jay Morgan, got a little basketball stuff I need to mention. And also got to mention it first, how 2 guys got in a little hot water. Now, Josh Donaldson, if you remember earlier in this week, a lot of people are coming out. My man Tim Anderson didn't say much about the situation. Tim Anderson, no matter what, had the last laugh. When the whole Yankee Stadium is screaming, Jackie, Jackie, and then he hits the bomb and gets to give him the shush and tell all the fans to shut the bleep up. Very good way to come off, but he spoke yesterday. He came out and said that, you know what?
He did give some clarity to it.
He did. He said, Donaldson called him that before. And
2017, he said he called him
He said
that.
he called him that, and he said, don't do it again. And he did it again. And then he said he didn't want anything to do with Donaldson. And then, of course, after you almost break his arm, when you come back in, it was a horrible, I thought, dirty play. And you call him that again, and it's like the 3rd time you've done it. And they didn't have a friendship. Yeah, I think he was trying to start some stuff. And you have to also remember how bad. Remember last year, Josh Donaldson just likes to start stuff with people. Remember Lucas Giolito talking about how he couldn't pitch with spider tack? Last year was telling about all the pitchers and how they're all cheaters and they're all trash. Like, he is just a very prickly person. Even his teammates, Aaron Judge came out and said that it was uncalled for and unnecessary and pretty much ridiculous. So I stand corrected there because I was thinking to myself, I have never heard somebody being called like one of the greatest ball players of all time, one of the greatest people of all time, and somehow turn that into an insult. And that's just sad that we do that. Now, speaking of stuff that's sad, I know Peter Edmiston cannot stand Mark Jackson on television, says he doesn't make a lot of sense, really doesn't enjoy it at all. And Mark Jackson, a lot of people thought, would have a job by now. back in the NBA, not on the broadcast booth. Well, a lot of stuff has been coming out. In fact, Jackson, the odds of him getting hired have basically, I'd say, gone to rock bottom. There's a particularly brutal story about homophobic behavior when he was at Golden State. There's extensive reporting on the cult-like, us against them atmosphere Jackson had cultivated, in which he regularly deemed the bosses to those with the locker room, got all up in the boss's business, said it's us against them. There's allegations that in the final days with the team, he ramped up his religious rhetoric in a way that were very extremely divisive. He also came out there and said that, according to multiple sources, it says that he came up and accused underlings of being influenced by the devil, and he said he had to lay his hands upon them to cleanse them from their evil spirits. He also, Jason Collins, team president Rick Welts, they're both openly gay. Two sources said they came out there, and he says, basically, he said penis grabbers are going to hell. So I don't think my man Mark Jackson, who started everything off, is going to be able to get back a coaching job in the NBA after this brutal story comes out, which paints him in a very bad light for a basketball coach, I would think. I mean, on paper, there's no doubt he helped. I mean, there's no doubt he helped build Golden State. Then Steve Kerr took it to just the next level. He made the Golden State Warriors a pretty sexy brand and everything. But, yeah, I don't think Mark Jackson will be doing that anymore.
John, I've got great news.
What's the news?
We've got, for the last 7-8 minutes of this segment, Andrew Wiltsey's on the line. He wants to talk some jiu-jitsu with you.
Andrew, how's life? Hey, Andrew.
Hello.
How are you doing today?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Man.
I'm doing fantastic. I'm so sorry for the mix-up on the times.
Oh, man, don't even sweat nothing. It ain't nothing but a thing. We got you now, so let's rap a little bit. Everybody knows.
Yeah, let's do it.
I told them all about you, about how 7-time Pan American champion, 5-time world champion, currently ranked the 6th middleweight jiu-jitsu fighter in the world. And you're opening up some business with your brother at Wiltsey Brothers BJJ. It's a new company that has a new goal. Tell us about jiu-jitsu. Explain to people who don't know what it is, and tell them a little bit about yourself.
Dude, I would love to. So me and my little brother grew up in a really weird way. Our parents raised us to think that we were wizards, and we were able to kind of break away with science and rationality and critical thinking. So we're like the sane people trying to bring sanity to other people, which is just ironic as hell. And I moved down to a little gym in Mount Vernon, it's called Daisy Fresh, under Pedigo Submission Fighting. The coach is Heath Pedigo. And his whole dream is that it doesn't matter whether you're from a small team in a small place, as long as you train right, you can do anything, you can achieve any goal. And we've just built our team up around that. We have a ginormous brand now. So my business, what I'm doing, is with my younger brother, Satya Wiltsey, but we actually call him Bird. It's a nickname that kind of stuck hard. And we started selling these instructionals with BJJ Fanatics, okay? And we started making a little bit of money for the first time in our lives doing jiu-jitsu, which is just grappling. If you've watched MMA before, jiu-jitsu is all the chokes and the arm locks. And we came to the conclusion that what we really like to do is actually help people. And we like to teach, and we like to kind of improve the standards of the sport using the scientific method and scientific training methodology that already exists in other sports. So literally day one, as soon as we got our LLC filed on our business, which I had to learn how to do myself, we launched our charity program called the Gym Rat Program. And what we were trying to do is find people that were impoverished gyms like myself and my brother, because our team never had any money. And I lived inside the building of the gym for 10 years with my brother. And the conditions weren't good because our team just didn't have any funds, and no one in the sport cared enough to help us out. And I'm trying to find gyms like that, people like that, and we're just going to be the Santa Claus to these people. We're just going to help them. So we started a GoFundMe, and within a week we raised $10,000. I was able to find 2 athletes that they're wonderful people, man. One of the guys wasn't even going to go to the World Championships for Jiu-Jitsu, which is everything, because he couldn't afford it. But he was training every day, all day, while working 55 hours a week at a job he hates, driving half an hour to class in a car that doesn't work. And he found time to help out with the kids' class. You know, he's a superstar in his heart, but nobody was giving him any recognition. And his name is Garrett Edwards, and I had to find him. And I just wanted to help people like him. That's all we're doing.
Well, if people want to help you, what is the GoFundMe page?
It's GoFundMe /Wiltsey Brothers BJJ. And the point about this isn't the money. The point about this is showing people that they can do it themselves. Me and my little brother don't have any money, but it doesn't matter. What we have is friends and resources. I have time and knowledge that I've acquired over a decade. I'm good at what I do, and I went straight to the experts to learn how to do the rest of it, how to do the sports physiology. I went to the Olympic Training Center to learn how to train smarter for jiu-jitsu. I went to a dietitian to learn how to diet better for jiu-jitsu. I went to physical therapist to learn recovery and stretching, and I learned, plus my jiu-jitsu knowledge. But I'm not just teaching them moves. I'm teaching them how to become world champions mentally, to learn how to think and process information through the lens of jiu-jitsu.
So you
And
basically
that's just something I can do.
So you basically teach somebody how to basically train, recover, have mental health, basically, go out there and try to pursue their dreams, but do it through jiu-jitsu and its teachings?
Yeah, my criteria for finding athletes was they have to be the hardest worker in the gym with a dream based on the coach's criteria. The coach selects the athlete for me, and I just vet them. Because every gym has a guy like Garrett who they know is training their ass off and just working as hard as they can, but they need guidance and they need help. So the first thing I did is I told Garrett, listen, buddy, you can quit your job. I'm going to support you. How much do you make a month? He said he makes like $2,000 a month. And I said, okay, if I send you $4,000 a month, is that enough for you to just train full-time jiu-jitsu and do what you want to do? But you have to let me help you. You have to agree to see a licensed therapist. You have to make sure your mental health is okay. And you have to train smart. And I want to work with you as a partner in this. And I want you to help me find other gym rats.
Did he make
he
it to
was
the
able
world?
to quit his job. I fully funded his trip to the world. His coach paid for the flights and the hotel, and I'm reimbursing the coach.
Man, and you just started this. When did you just start this with your brother?
Like 4 weeks ago.
My goodness. Wiltsey Brothers,
I just don't.
BJJ.
Listen, for a long time, I was in a dissociative state from mental health issues. I've had a lot of abuse in my life, and so has my little brother. And what happened is we had something kick us out of that dissociated state. And we've seen to a lot of doctors, and we're making sure our mental health is okay. And being out of that dissociated state let me see the world for the first time in decades, clearly. See that I could be doing more right now, and I didn't have to wait till I was rich. And all I'm trying to do is show everyone that they can do it too.
That's a very good message. You can go out there and do anything. It doesn't always take money to go out there and help out a young person or help somebody out there who's struggling mentally.
It doesn't. And what I'm doing also is I have a lot of little network connections with this. I'm starting what's essentially affiliation in jiu-jitsu that is not just affiliated with jiu-jitsu, affiliates. So if you want help, if you want me to help your team, you have to pick your own gym rat at your gym, and you have to get them to the world, and you have to give them private lessons, and you have to make sure they have what they need. And then I give you the maximum amount that I can do to support you and your team. So now it's an infectious idea of people doing it themselves.
I love it. Andrew and Bird doing things out there wonderful in the world. Wiltsey Brothers BBJ. Also, it's on GoFundMe. BJJ. Wiltsey Brothers it's BBJ? BJJ.
BJJ. It's in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Sorry about that.
I'm confusing everybody. It's Wiltsey Brothers BJJ. Man, Andrew.
Yes, sir. There it is.
Thank you so much. Be blessed out there and keep up the good work, my friend.
Thanks for having me on, guys.
Thank you. Now, I also got to remind you something very important. Are you ready for this, Jay?
Yes.
A lot of people out there, what are they thinking right now? They're thinking to themselves that they're hungry, man. Are you hungry?
Yes.
Do you love some Mexican food?
Yes. Stop asking me questions.
I love doing this with you right now. But I will tell you something. You need to go to Los Cabos. You need to check them out. They have some of the best food in the Mid-South. They have the most extensive tequila bar. They have everything you want. And they have 3 great locations. 6600 Stage Road, 2037 Exeter Road, 6542 Quince, and, of course, they have one coming soon at South Haven at 3964 Goodwin. They have this fajita baked potato. It's a giant baked potato. You can get fajita chicken. You can get fajita steak. You pick it out. It's got cheese melted all over it. It's out of control delicious. Their fajita burrito I absolutely love as well. And, again, they have happy hours from 2 to 8 daily. That's right. You got happy hour from 2 to 8 daily. That is happy hours. Tell me that you don't love a little Mexican and a lot of happy hour. Check out Los Cabos. We'll be back in 2 shakes with Anthony Sane talking a little basketball on Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Join the voice of the Tigers, Dave Woloshin, for Wolo and Friends. Weekday mornings from 10 to 11 here on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Hey Mid-South, this month buying a car is as easy as one and done. Colin here from DeSoto Auto Sales. Just visit one dealership, put just $1 down, and you're done. You could drive a nicer, newer car today. Even if buying a car has been hard in the past, we've got the one and done solution for every situation. Still owe on your current lease or loan? One and done. Payments too high? One and done. Nervous about past credit mishaps? One and done. Because my For the People credit approval process is the one to get it done. It's that easy. So ditch your old ride and drive a nicer, newer car for just $1 down. Only at my one and done sale. I'm Colin, and I'm your dealer for the people. See all the cars online at DeSotoAutoSales.com. That's DeSotoAutoSales.com.
Credit and $1 down require bank approval. Negative equity may be refinanced. Offer absolutely expires on May 31st, 2022.
Whoa, Greg's up.
He's never up this early.
Hey, guys. Okay, so this is called the Bell Breakfast Box from Taco Bell. Oh, thanks. I can read.
And that's a coffee. Helps you open your eyes.
And that's a breakfast burrito. You can start from either end.
You guys always this condescending in the morning?
Pretty much.
Wake up with the new $5 Bell Breakfast Box, filled with a grande toasted breakfast burrito, hash brown, 2 Cinnabon Delights, and a coffee. At limited participating Taco Bell locations near you during breakfast hours only. Contact local store for prices, hours, and participation, which vary. Tax extra. Drinks excludes freezes.
Hi, I'm Troy Fiveash, owner of Fiveash Roof Services. Can anyone explain to me why anyone would care how I measure your roof? We've all heard about measuring your roof from outer space. Well, to be honest, that's not possible. There are aerial pictures that can be taken every 4 years that can be used to measure most buildings, but it's not from outer space. Besides, no one, and I mean no one, can tell you what's wrong with your roof or even if you need one, looking at pictures that could be 4 years old. If you'd rather do business with a family-owned and operated business with a lifelong tie to Memphis that refuses to mislead or use gimmicks, give us a call. Best products, best warranties, and the best service we know how to give. Fiveash Roof Services, proud partner of the Memphis Tigers and the official roofer of the Memphis Tigers home team. Fiveash Roofing, fair, honest, and ethical. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com.
Fiveash Roofing, it's what we do. We're here for you.
Barks now offers you just about everything you need for your furry family member. Daycare, luxury boarding, award-winning grooming, veterinary checkups, diagnostic services including digital x-ray, fluoroscopy and ultrasound, complete dental service, vaccinations, preventative care for fleas, ticks, and heartworms, and just about any needed surgical treatment. And did I mention that we treat cats and all types of exotic pets? We are the newest member of the Barks family and the newest, most high-tech veterinary hospital in the Mid-South. Located directly across the street from Barks and Recreation, we are a full-service hospital with a fantastic, experienced staff. If you're having problems getting a timely appointment at your current vet's facility, we are here to serve you. Call us at 901-979-8888. Barks and Medication. Excellence in veterinary care.
Listen Sundays at 11 a.m. to join Idlewild Presbyterian Church for worship. Idlewild is a PCUSA church located in Midtown Memphis.
4.9 liter V8, 0 to 60, and I'm about to find out.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. Jay Morgan Harder is in the house. It is time to talk a little NBA basketball. We got the All-NBA first, second, and third teams. They are out. Second team. By the way, I would take the second team against the first team in a heartbeat, baby. Trust me. You got Joel Embiid, DeMar DeRozan, Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, and Ja. I think they'd beat up on Nikola Jokic, Jason Tatum. Now, Giannis scares the bleep out of me. Devin Booker and Luka. You like first team or second team? Welcome in the tribal chief of Grizzlies Twitter, Anthony Sane, who's on from 1 to 3 on Sports Time with Peter Edmiston. And you can follow him on the Twitter at Sane Asylum. And he's the Ralph Lauren of Memphis Asylum Tees 901. Anthony, what is up, my friend?
Man, I'm good, brother. You asking about the first versus the second team. I think I'm in my head. I haven't really looked at it side by side thinking like that, like which team I would take. But I think the first team is, just off the top of my head, I think I would take the first team over the second.
I don't know, man. Embiid, I like better than Jokic. Kevin Durant is the Slim Reaper. Steph Curry out there hitting stuff. We've seen them win championships together. Ja doing his thing with DeMar DeRozan. I like it.
Yeah,
Now,
I'm a little worried about backcourt size in this second team, but I get what you're saying, though, for sure.
Now, I will say, was there anybody out there that you just thought was a snub? Jimmy Butler only played in 57 games, but my goodness, what he means to the Heat is it's invaluable. And plus, he's been at times until lately when his knee's been injured, he was at one point the best player in the playoffs.
Well, I don't think Jimmy Butler was snubbed. I do think that it's egregious how, first of all, I thought Embiid should have been the league MVP. And then that he's on the second team is just asinine to me. Like, I don't understand, like, how Embiid can't be, how he's not on the first team. And it's crazy because I saw people making narratives where they were wanting to put Embiid and Jokic both on the first team, like, regardless of position, to try to get Jokic on the, or whatever. And then it's like then now it's Embiid's on the second team. I'm like, I don't understand a scenario where he's not on the first team at all. So it's just crazy.
I don't either. One other little thing about the basically the fans. Ja getting the second team, that's great. But are you worried about Ja and Jack Harlow hanging out together? Is Jack Harlow cool? All I know is I heard he was going to be in maybe the remake of White Men Can't Jump. I'm just saying Jack Harlow ain't no Billy Ho.
Nah, Jack Harlow is probably the biggest. What's the word I'm trying to say?
I don't know.
The biggest industry plant probably in the history of music. Like the machine behind trying to make Jack Harlow awesome is another egregious thing that we're seeing.
It's making me nervous, man. It's making me nervous.
Yeah, man, they're trying hard, man. Like he's almost kind of coming in like to be like Diet Drake, like Junior Drake or whatever.
Diet Drake.
Yeah, like it's weird, man. Like they're really pushing the crap out of Jack Harlow for sure. But yeah, I don't care. Like Ja's living a young millionaire's lifestyle, man. He's about to be the richest dude in Memphis if he's not already. You know what I mean? Like so. That's about to happen very soon. So yeah, he's enjoying that lifestyle, man. I'm not mad at all.
Do you like his Hulu commercial?
Yeah, man. Man, that's crazy because I remember having a conversation with Grizzly fans on Facebook maybe a couple of years ago, and like this lady was like really like losing her mind about why is Zion Williamson getting commercials and John Moran is Rookie of the Year. I was like, man, give it 365 days. You know what I mean? Give it a year. I promise you'll see a lot of that stuff from Zion, like the NBA 2K stuff, that was done well ahead of time. It was already set in stone. I said, I guarantee you're going to see some marketability from Ja Morant. And, man, it's crazy. You see Body Armor, the Body Armor drinks.
Yep.
I can't even think right now. You got the Hulu thing, Beats by Dre, Spider-Man, Sony. That type of stuff is going on. And I'm just predicting this summer you're going to see NBA 2K and an official shoe from Nike for Ja within the next year.
That's where I was going.
So, yeah.
Is the scuttlebutt on the shoe, is that the real deal?
It's crazy that you said that because I talked to a guy. I can't think of his name right now. He came on our show. He does Sneaker Fest. His name is Jay, and he was talking about he's a sneaker, like a true sneaker head or whatever. And he says that he said you can tell when a player is about to get a new shoe because they start wearing a lot of older shoes, like on the court to playing. And Ja's playing in a lot of older shoes, like real old Kobe's and old KD's and things like that. And I said, so what is that? What's your, why do you say that? He said, because he said when the guy gets his first shoe, they start him off with a shoe with minimal tech, and it's not a very expensive shoe because they don't know if Ja can sell a high-end Nike shoe. And that minimal tech is also old tech that's in the older shoes. You know what I mean? The older elite player shoes have what we call minimal tech now. So they'll have him wearing those shoes to get used to it, to prepare him for what he's about to be wearing soon, which is going to be his own shoe with very minimal tech in it.
I'll tell you one thing. He'll
so I was
sell
like, yeah,
that. He'll sell
that makes a lot of sense.
Shoe.
That theory
does
makes
make sense, though, man.
Because Ja was wearing much more expensive shoes earlier. He's wearing very kind of like, basic level shoes now, like with very old tech in them. So Jay's theory really made a lot of sense. So he said, yeah, with that, he said when I saw him wearing older shoes, I was like, yeah, Ja's getting ready to get a shoe soon.
Yeah, I think it's. By the way, he was in Beats by Dre with Lil Baby. Do you think James Harden is jealous?
Well, probably so. I think Ja's a lot more marketable than James Harden is right now. That commercial also reminds me of. You remember there was a commercial with Allen Iverson and Jadakiss. You remember that commercial?
Yep.
From about maybe 15 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that kind of reminds me of that as well. So.
All right, now I got to get to some basketball, and first I want to start with just last night. Jay said that he guaranteed that the Dallas Mavericks would win, and he said he was so sure of it that he's more sure that they'll win than the sun rising the next day. They did, but that second team came in last night. I don't know why Kerr put back in the starters. I would have rode with my second team. They cut that jump to 8, and they started to change that momentum. It was scaring me, and I'm sure it was about to put the fear of God in Jay.
Yeah, I was multitasking last night, and I was watching the game. It was on, but I wasn't listening. I'm just watching the league go down. I'm like, wait a minute. You know what I mean? I'm watching these guys come back. That's a tough judgment call, man, because that lineup be put back in there is the ultimate comeback from a run, close the game, put a team away type situation. Plus, those guys have been playing a long time. I don't really think it matters. I think Golden State ends that series in Game 5. Totally not surprised that Dallas won. It's hard to sweep a team this far in the playoffs, man. Especially a team as good as Dallas. With a guy like Luka Doncic, it's hard to sweep them, especially talking about winning 2 games on the road as a requirement to sweep them back to back. And their role players start making shots. That Dallas team is not a very talented team, but they've got a lot of guys that can knock down shots. And when those guys are making shots, man, they're incredibly hard to beat. That's how they're structured. That's how they're built. That's how they game plan. So it worked out for them yesterday for sure.
Jonathan Kuminga, is he going to be like the next one to take the torch? I mean, he's 19 years old. He it just looks like the sky's the limit. I know everybody's talking about a pool party right now with Jordan Poole. He's been great. He can stroke it, but it looks like Kuminga could be something special.
Yeah, man, Kuminga's a real deal. I really like him a lot. I really covered him a lot. I wanted him big time in the draft. When I saw him falling, I was like, good God, if that kid falls to 10, like, man, knock over the podium to go draft that kid. You know what I mean?
Yep.
That's where I was with him for sure. But I really like his game a lot. He's got some stuff he's got to add to it. But to be a 19-year-old player, I think that kind of speaks to the whole G League thing. I think that him and Jalen Green are kind of your first case studies of those players who went G League instead of going college. And I think it kind of prepared them for some stuff. Being that you're taking basketball as a job instead of college courses. That's your schooling is playing basketball. I think those kind of things help when you're getting pros and pro level coaches and players. You know, basically you're the prize investment, and those other guys are there to make you a great player. I think it kind of speaks to the level of how good the G League is as far as preparing players for the next level, and we see it in him.
All right, looking over in the East right now, this is a series that looks absolutely amazing. 2-2, oh my gosh, if you just woke up from a coma and you're like, Celtics, Heat, 2-2, Game 5 tonight for Miami. The games have been really bad. It's been one-sided. You know, Bam shows up one night, doesn't show up the other 3 games. Jason Tatum has a great game, then looks like trash. It's been back and forth. They play great defense. I've heard about that. I know that they've had injuries and people sick. But is this Eastern Conference series, does it give you any hope that either one of these teams that actually win the game could get through the Golden State Warriors?
I think Boston can beat Golden State regardless. I don't like this series at all. I think it's kind of hard to watch for me.
And the Celtics did beat Brooklyn. They did beat the defending champ Bucks. And this Heat series has just been
it's just ugly,
weird.
man. Like
ugly.
The injuries are weird, and you're getting Miami out there with the shell of Jimmy Butler out there. Miami kind of uses the same strategy that Dallas does. They have a great perimeter player, plus they have Bam, who's great as well when he decides to be. But they kind of surround those 2 guys with a bunch of shooters. And when those guys are making shots, they're hard to beat. When they're missing, they look terrible. And they're just kind of those 2 teams are kind of throwing knockout blows at each other. 30 and 40-point leads and that type of stuff. It's just an ugly series to me, man. Like it's not even though it's 2-2, the games have been so non-competitive that it's kind of hard to watch. But I think Boston comes out of that series, ultimately wins the entire championship. So.
You think they win the whole bad boy?
Yeah, I think they can beat Golden State.
Is it the defense?
Yeah, their defense, when they're locked in, man, those guys go crazy. And we saw what a defensive team can do to Golden State because we made Golden State look very vulnerable. You know what I mean? And I think this, a credit to our perimeter defense. So, Yeah, I've got Boston winning the whole thing, but I think that Boston Warriors series can be absolutely phenomenal.
Is Robert Williams right now, center for Boston, of course, is he underrated? Because it seems like the one game that he missed, that's when Bam went off. But when he's been in there, Bam's not been very good.
Yeah, he's a load, man. He's a guy, he can flat out play defense, a little bit undersized when you're talking about a front court guy, but he can flat out defend, and he's athletic enough to hold his own. He's a really good pickup for them, and we see in the games, like you said, that he's not playing, that it does make a difference. But he's good, man. He's really good. He's a guy who he was kind of getting some defensive player of the year buzz as well, even though his teammate Marcus Smart got it. Williams was getting some of that buzz, and I think rightfully so. That Boston defense, man, like I said, when they get locked in, it's hell to pay for somebody. So yeah, he gets a lot of. He's a huge part of this, so he has to get a lot of the props for it.
Does Boston go to Miami and win Game 5?
I think so, man. I think Jimmy Butler being hurt, I think that matters. Is that game tonight?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a short turnaround.
7:30, man.
Yeah, I don't see Jimmy being much better now than he was the other night, health-wise. But, we've seen him do some Superman, Michael Jordan Jr. type stuff in the past. So did I tell you that Gabe, he said, Dad, Jimmy Butler looks like Michael Jordan to me. I said, yeah, son. And I see the conspiracy stuff is in you, too.
That's
Michael Jordan's been hiding Jimmy Butler as his son for 30 years now.
For 30 years now. Oh, my God. I love that. Hey, Anthony, have a great show.
Man, appreciate you, brother.
Go get something to eat and get ready for your show.
Man, got to do it.
Man, everybody's got to do it. But one other thing that everybody out there has to do is, if you got a leaky roof, man, you got one person to call, and that's Brian Elder. He's the best commercial and residential roofing contractor in the Mid-South. 901-867-0303. That's 901-867-0303. Let him come love on your roof. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Broadcasting from the Family Leisure Studio, we are Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Look, I know you're hungry for amazing fajitas, and Los Cabos has got them. Los Cabos Bar and Grill with their giant baked potato fajita. It's stuffed with either chicken or steak and smothered with cheese. Or try Los Cabos classic steak fajita burrito. And if you're in need of the largest selection of premium tequilas in Memphis, then Los Cabos is your destination. You got happy hour 2 to 8 daily. And if you need a place to watch any game or just have a date night, then get yourself to one of Los Cabos locations. 6600 Stage Road, 2037 Exeter Road, 6542 Quince, and coming soon to South Haven at 3964 Goodman Road.
Hi, folks. Good news for bargain hunters and bandits from the Chevy Sheriff in Collierville. Sunrise Chevy has over 500 Chevys and used cars in stock just in time for the Sunrise Low Price Rodeo. Credit not so hot? It's okay. Sunrise specializes in secondary financing and wants to get you financed. Need a good body shop? Bring it to Sunrise. We work on all makes and models. Remember, you can bring your Chevy to Sunrise for repairs or service no matter where you bought it. Buy American and buy from Sunrise. Find new roads to sunrisememphis.com. 385 in Houston, Levy, and Collierville. Chevy's cost less at Sunrise, partner.
Better skin from your body wash? Try Olay Body Wash with skincare super ingredient collagen. Olay Body Wash with collagen hydrates to rejuvenate skin surface cells for healthier looking skin in just 14 days. From dry and dull to firm and radiant. So I can step into my day feeling my best in my skin. And now try Olay Body Lotion, which hydrates for visibly firmer skin that improves over time. Olay Body, fearless in my skin.
Hewlett & Dunn Boot and Clothing Company, we have it all. From handmade Amish leather belts, fine and casual clothing, boots, casual boots, work boots, fancy boots, and even safety-toed boots. Lots of cowboy hats to choose from, even Nebo lights, Orco hard coolers, good-looking duck head dress shirts, duck head caps, shorts, and pants. Tons of jeans from Ariat, Wrangler, Devil Dog, and Kimes Ranch jeans. At Hewlett & Dunn, we have a great selection of Old South t-shirts and caps. Fine clothing from dress to casual to Sunday best. Enjoy choosing from UFO's orthopedic-approved shoes. Hewlett & Dunn Boot and Clothing Company. Boots of every size, every color, every skin. Great quality Western, work, and safety toe boots. Hewlett & Dunn Boots and Clothing Company. 111 North Center Street, Collierville. Hewlett & Dunn. Hewlett & Dunn, serving you and your family since 1961.
Everyone needs protection, whether you're on the field or on the road, so make sure you have the best. Bob Simpson State Farm Insurance can buckle you up with auto insurance, can back you up with life and health insurance, cover your business whether it's starting, growing, or maturing, and don't forget to insure your home, no matter if you're an owner or a renter. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call Bob Simpson today at 901-381-1233 or go online and get a free quote at bobsimpson.com. BobSimpsonInsurance.org. Stay protected with your good neighbor, Bob Simpson.
Today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I am your buddy, Johnny Radio. Jay Morgan Harder is in the house. And, man, we got some basketball tonight. We got a big game. Game number 5 is a big game, man. We got Boston Celtics. They're right now currently a 1.5-point favorite. We also have over 203.5. Actually, it's fallen to 202.5, and then it's back up to 203 currently. So the total's kind of sitting tight. Boston just staying right there to 1.5-point favorite. My man Anthony Sane, who joined us in the last segment, is going to be on with Teeter from 1 to 3. He likes Boston tonight in Game 5. Jimmy Buckets is a little banged up. PJ's a little banged up. That whole team is a little bit banged up. Tatum, Brown, they're going to get things going tonight. The defense is good out there. The weird thing is we talk about how great these two teams are defensively, and yet tonight me and Jay are taking the over. We're going over the 203 all the way up to 203.5, 204. I think there's going to be a lot more scoring. Miami scored 0 points through the first 8 minutes of game number 4, and it was just a poor display of offense. Their starters combined for 18 points on the night. Victor Oladipo, by the way, who's been an absolute machine. I don't see him continuing to actually be like if he's going to be their offense. The Miami Heat are in some deep trouble. Oladipo was the high point getter in the game the other day, and they still got 194 points, and that was with the Heat only scoring 82 and having the worst output. They scored 11 points in that first quarter. Victor Oladipo was the only person that could score. He had 23 points in the game and led all players for the Heat. I know that Boston can score. I know Miami's defense is good. I know Boston's defense is good. But, dude, it's 203.5. I'm going over.
Yeah, you're going over?
We talk about how great these defensive teams, but still I find myself going over.
No, I agree going over in that game. I think you're talking about how great the defensive teams are, though, John, but the Heat have also been – like, I'm tired of the narrative that the Heat are bad on offense. They've been the best offense in the playoffs, and I don't think they're getting credit for that. I don't know why. It's
when you score 11 points in the first quarter, in Game 4, I'm sorry, people are going to come out.
But they held the Celtics to like 13 points in a quarter earlier in the series too, and no one says the Celtics are a bad offense, and it's just because they have names that people recognize, whereas I feel like the narrative around the Heat is if Jimmy Butler doesn't put on a Superman cape and score 100, the Heat are the worst team in basketball.
Well, Bam has to take shots. He can't shy away. He's got to be aggressive.
Max
Robert
Strus
Williams
needs to be better next game.
Strus need to hit threes. He was, 0 for 4?
Hero hasn't been good in the playoffs
Tyler
either.
Hero's injured.
Gabe Vincent needs to be better, I believe. Even though they're starting Lowry, Gabe Vincent has been really good all year and is a really good player. I think he needs to show up more. No, I think that over 202.
Oladipo's been. I mean, the thing that's so weird about it is Oladipo's been their most steady player. He's coming back off of major injury. Didn't play much this year.
He'll have a regression to the mean this game. I think though. I think he'll come back down to earth.
I think he will too. But
his defense has been really consistently good, so I don't think in that regard he's going to come back. I just don't think he's going to score the ball.
So you still like the over, even though we're talking about how great the defenses are?
Yeah, I do.
All right, well, we're rocking with the over tonight. Celtics Heat, 7:30 on ESPN. Baseball. We have a couple bets in baseball. Who do we like?
We got a bet. I already got a bet. Sorry to interrupt you,
I'm going to tell you who we like in just a minute.
But we got to tell the basketball bet because we forgot one. We got a prop bet. Connor's giving everybody Kyle Lowry over 6 assists, alternate line.
Kyle Lowry over 6 assists, alternate line.
Love it.
You love it?
Love it. Hey, if we think they're going to score 120, he's getting 6 assists, man.
Okay.
He had 2 last game and they scored 80 points. So do the math, John. I don't think that math works out. But he'll have more. Promise. Guarantee it.
He's definitely going to have some more. That's what
I'll bet Connor on that one. The bets I like today, John, though.
Hold on. First, we got to tell you who gives us our bets.
Excuse me, please.
The wonderful people at Crossroad Motors. They're at 5689 Goodman Road. Go online. Go to Facebook to crossroadmotors.net. Check them out. Right now, they got a beautiful Jeep up there, 2015 Jeep Wrangler Sport. It's got only 65,000 miles, 25,000. They got the lifted. They got the tires. When you go out there, they have a bunch of used trucks and Jeeps that they've gone in there and completely loaded up. They, like I said, and they also have a department store where they can, if you have a car already and you want to go get a lift kit put on, if you want to get the big off-road tires, Crossroad Motors has you covered. There's a 2018 Toyota 4Runner. Oh, my goodness, four-wheel drive. It looks beautiful, 46,000 miles. You got to check it out. Please give them a call. Their sales staff, 901-676-6834, 901-676-6834. If you're looking for Jeeps, trucks, things that go off-road, Crossroad Motors is your place. Again, 5689 Goodman Road in Olive Branch. Now it's time to do a little baseball. We are going over. Are we taking a winner, by the way? We're going over 203.5.
Yeah.
We're also going over Kyle Lowry over 6 assists.
And I think the Heat +2, too.
And you like the Heat, and he likes the Celtics. So I'm going to be the tiebreaker. Celtics minus the 1.5. But it's just for one unit.
You know what you might want to do there, John, is take the Heat in the game money line and then take the Celtics in 6. You know what I mean? I think you're getting like +350 on Celtics in 6, and you're getting plus money on the Heat tonight.
I mean, it's even money. It's 100. It's just plus. It's a
for the money line, really? With +2? Wow, that's crazy.
No, it's plus. Right now, it's 1.5, dude.
Oh,
it's
but you know what?
1.5.
Doesn't that math make sense though? To take the Celtics in 6, and the Heat, unless you think the Heat win on the Celtics home floor in Game 6.
Yeah, that's what they did in the last series. I never know. I'm not going to do what he just said. In fact, you're getting a little bit too confusing for me and my big brain. But we have baseball going on right now. Colorado Rockies 4, Pirates only 2. You got the Tigers and the Twins. Nothing's going on there. But we have some baseball bets that we need to make today. And we have the Mets and the Giants. And I just want to know first and foremost, you were all about Sapuki.
Well,
you said you wanted to get some Sapuki today.
I did take Sapuki in a few of my lineups, but there's only 8 games I was taking this afternoon, so I took a little bit of everybody, so that's not a good gauge. One thing I do like in this game, though, with the Mets is Francisco Lindor, career against Jacob Junis, 36 ABs. He's hitting 500, so that's 18 for 36, 5 bombs and 14 RBIs. I don't know what kind of prop bet you can take. Probably total bases over. You might be getting a good number. Maybe hits over. Maybe you take a long shot for him to hit a home run. You might get some money on that. So I like a Lindor prop bet. I'm also really stacking the Mariners against the A's today with Blackburn on the mound. Paul Blackburn has had a really good year.
Yeah, I was going to say he's 4-0 with a 1.91 ERA, and you're stacking the Mariners. What do you think he's going to revert back to the mean?
No. I'm sorry. I'm stacking the Athletics. Thank you. I'm stacking the A's in that game. A lot of A's I'm playing today, and I'm also stacking the Padres in that game. Good call there. So I've been sitting here saying I'm stacking the Mariners for a while. No, I'm stacking the A's, and I'm stacking the Padres today. I think the one I'm most confident in, Padres over Brewers today. I really like Padres. I really like Yu Darvish. He's the pitcher I'm playing the most today, and the Padres lineup, I like them today. Against this guy, Ashby, going for the Brewers. He's got a 3.49 ERA. On the road, teams are hitting 228 against him. He's actually had a pretty good May, but I like the Padres to do some damage today, John.
I don't know. That looks like a little setup right there. You got Yu Darvish pitching, the Padres.
Yu Darvish has been good, though, man.
I know. That's what I'm saying. And it's only minus 45. It's a trap. I'm sorry. I think it's a trap.
I think the series is tied 1-1, too. Well, the Brewers are good, John.
Yeah, the Brewers are good. Strike the band.
Oh, gotcha.
I thought I have to do your job too.
I wish we had a band, honestly, like a live band, like we had a band leader.
Well, I'm going to see a band Friday.
Widespread Panic.
Huntsville, Alabama.
Matt Hale wanted you to talk about it. He commented earlier. That's what when you.
I don't know if I can talk legally about what we're doing, Matt. And Matt will be with me.
Drugs.
No, he will not be. No, he will not be because I'm part of DARE. Do you know what DARE is?
Don't abuse recreational drugs.
No, it's drug abuse resistant education. I was part of that as a child. I signed the pamphlet, brother. By the way,
how's your elixir taste, John?
Oh, it's delicious, but it's also legal. And you know what else is legal and delicious? what I'm going to be doing in 30 minutes? I'm going to be drinking some Tito's and water, brother. Tito's handmade vodka. If life hands you lemons, don't you freak out. Just make a lemon drop. Make sure it's with Tito's handmade vodka. Tito's vodka is the best in the business. 1, it's gluten-free. So if you don't want some gluten, that's your vodka. 2, it has the best flavor in the world because it's stilled. It's not distilled like a normal vodka. It's stilled in classic copper pots. Gives it a unique flavor. Slightly sweet black pepper note balances everything out, whether you're crafting a cocktail or drinking it neat. Tito's handmade vodka. It is crafted, of course, in the United States. It's the best in the world again. It's simply the best. And remember, if you want to arrive alive, don't Tito's and drive. For Jay, for intern Colin, I am John. Connor! I was joking, y'all. It was a joke.
You're lucky I missed it because I was too busy trying to make sure you got out to break, because otherwise I would have obliterated you for calling Chrysler Colin.
For intern Connor, for Jay, I'm John. Get out there, make the world a better place. We'll see you on the flip side. Peace.
Put the peace down, throw up the dukes. It's time to change our ways so we can save the day for the children's sake and make a better place to play.